wrong, and how can we use that desire for something that is good, productive, healthy, loving. And when you give someone an opportunity for that, they take it.
Sometimes it's, but sometimes it's just stupid.
Well,
Like,
that's true.
for instance, I remember I had a relationship for 12 years with Angela Cantanucci in upstate New York. I was 21 years of age, 20 or 21 when I met her. Now we're on the dance floor of the Turf Inn. This is a place you went to. It was like a big hotel on hotel on Wolf Boulevard, and they had live bands at night. People out there boogie, got to boogie. Okay, I know you like that
I
sort of
do,
thing.
yeah. There you go.
So anyway, so I asked this
I'm
very
boogieing
pretty,
with you in my
I asked
mind.
this very pretty Italian girl to go dancing. So we go out on
Yeah.
the dance floor and we dance, and I'm
Okay.
like just pretty eyes can be. Anyway, we come back and then she's dancing with another guy,
Mm.
and I'm kind of disappointed, you know. And so my mouth is open, my chin is down, and so all of a sudden she comes off the dance floor and said, "Will you dance another dance with me?" I go, "Okay." We're dancing. I said, "What happened?" She said, "Well, that guy dancing out there, he tried to put his hands on my breast."
Mm.
And I'm thinking, what kind of a jerk wants to just touch you until you build a relationship? How stupid is that? Well, there's lots of stupid people.
Yeah.
And then you got guys that rape. And you go, well, they rape what? Because they want sex. According to what I've been told, it's not that they want sex; it's that they want power. Maybe
Yeah,
their
so
mothers
true.
were dominating or something, or I don't know. You know, so there's all kinds of weird levels of stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
You know, why do people do stuff with kids? They say they usually were abused. Well, who started this whole abuse thing?
That's a good
And why
question.
would anybody do anything with a child?
Yeah.
I mean, even our subconscious. I was watching a National Geographic TV special. Here we go with this. And do you know, like women, you know how they wear the bathing suit? Now,
Mm.
women know what they're doing. If they don't know kinds of, come on now. Women know how to man. Come on, they know their thing is to attract and to make you chase them, right? But anyway, the thing that goes up when they wear the bathing suit, it goes like high up over the hip. You know what I'm saying? So more the hip shows. Anyway, the reason is when it goes up like this. Okay,
Sure.
Chuck gets what I'm saying. You're playing stupid, or else you just are stupid. But I think you're playing stupid.
Stupid.
Anyway,
Stupid.
stupid.
Welcome to your Monday now.
Yeah.
I'm the golden child
So
again.
they said in National Geographic, they said the reason that that's attracted to the male is because it enhances the length of the leg of the female, which means subconsciously she's now mature, she's now pregnable. Okay, and so it's the male goes procreate.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's it.
It's like I wonder if God's going to be mad at us for sexual sin someday. He's like, well, you're the one that put that in us.
Well, I mean,
We couldn't help. Look how beautiful you made it, man.
We tried to do that once before.
And what I want to know is,
Adam tried
so
that
women are
once.
on the
Didn't
other
go-
side of this thing.
Didn't go well for
Now we
Adam.
know we're seduced by the eye, right?
Okay.
No, but you'll see the most beautiful woman with like, how did he get her? I mean, his
That's what
nose
you
goes
said to
down
me.
to his toes.
That's exactly what you said to me, right?
No, I did
That's
not.
what you said to me. And the worst part is when I went home to my wife to like
What'd she say?
try to get affirmation of like, you're not hideous. It's not weird that we're dating. She looked at me and she said, well, it is true I was going through an awkward phase when we first
Way to go, Rhett.
And she was being serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she said, and look at me and my girth and look at you. And does he
Yeah.
look like he's chubby at all? And she says to him, well, I gave you what, false advertising?
Yeah, she said it was false advertising because I'd just come off a long fast. And she really liked skinny guys, and I was like stick and bones.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She would have liked me when
Yeah.
I was like 29. I was so gaunt. Women wouldn't even go out with me. I mean, I was so gaunt. I tried to drink milkshakes to gain weight.
Now that's one of
Obviously,
the,
they got over that. Right?
I did that too as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah. I couldn't break 120 pounds to save my
No.
life.
I was like,
And then
90.
now I can eat a banana and put on 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But back then I could not gain weight for anything.
I think it's
Skinny, tall.
you can read into it too much, but I do think that there's something to be said with the fact that nowadays it's more common for women to be attracted to super skinny guys. I think it really is a statement about society because back in the day it was big, macho, masculine, muscle bound men.
Did you
Well,
ever?
huh?
I was gonna say, did you ever see Napoleon Dynamite?
No, what's
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been that nice looking,
that?
tall, lanky.
No.
Yeah. I was just like that. You ever see guys with their glasses are always like this on their?
Yeah.
That was me.
That's
Yeah,
you.
Braces,
I have braces and
unruly
glasses,
hair,
too.
skinny,
Yeah, but
tall.
we get better looking. You got better looking as you got older. See that?
Well, that's a matter of opinion, I guess.
No, it's what you ask women. Then it's true. But look what happened with women now. When I was back
Mhm.
in the '60s,
Okay.
and there was a magazine out by Hugh Hefner. I won't mention the name of the magazine. And
Oh.
women had more womanly figures.
Was it Time magazine?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So they had full figures.
Yeah.
Now I grew up really liking full-figured women,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden this whole thing got on, the skinny thing, you
Mhm.
know. And I remember my first girlfriend was when I was 16. She was skinny.
Yeah.
She was asked to be in Virginia Slims commercial. It was really beautiful. But anyway, then later in life I realized, well, I like a woman who looks kind of like, a woman, the curves, and the butt. Now, I think that this Kardashian butt thing I've never seen that TV show, but I've sure seen her butt posted everywhere. I mean, that butt's outrageous.
I didn't hear what you said there.
Kardashian's butt is outrageous.
Okay. No, I heard it. I just.
But do you also find yourself, or is it? Because I work with a bunch of guys, so we always have these kind of conversations. But there are also attraction to things that aren't perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's things that sometimes there are.
Yeah.
I'll talk to somebody and they'll have a way they speak. They'll have some little way
slur.
or they'll have a haircut that's not really that great, but there'll be an imperfection that attracts me to that.
Or how about this? Like a girl that has I remember twice in my life girls that had the pop marks on their face from acne,
Mhm.
but it showed off their beautiful blue eyes or something, and you went, it's kind of cool or exciting to fall kind of in love with somebody who's like maybe she's not so great looking, but she has those bigger than life personality and a wonderful person.
And that is my point to this, is the fact that it's not just what we deem as just beauty, perfection.
Yeah.
There are people, and I know this sounds corny, but there are people that I've been very attracted to just their personality. And I know that sounds very corny,
no,
but I've talked to people and thought, wow, you are really something else, and it would be all
See,
conversation.
Women are smarter than men, because women get that early on.
Yeah.
They go, well, I want him to be handsome, but they want to have a relate. They want to know, does he have a sense of humor? Because they know, hey, if I'm going to be glued to this guy for the next 50 years, I want to be having some laughs.
So
Because the physical thing is going to wear off.
Yeah.
Well, and I found a lot growing up that the thing that was most attractive about a woman was the thing that she was most self-conscious about.
Mm.
The thing that was different from all the other girls.
Like her legs.
Whatever it was, maybe she had these like really big, beautiful eyes, but she thought they were like these big alien eyes. And she would always, oh, I've got googly eyes. And it's like, no, you've got beautiful eyes. Because when girls are especially young and in middle school, like they want to look like every other girl. They want to
think about the pressure.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand having the pressure that women have. Now they have this other thing what's this chemistry thing? They do that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like why are most hairstylists gay? It's a fact. We all know this. Let's be honest. How do they get that thing? I can't. How do women do that? I sit in church and I look at the back of a woman's head. How did she whirl that into that to that? I go, I have no idea. If I had to do that to save my life,
a little more to work with.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be back.
Well, I didn't even see a warning.
He's got a clock over there.
Clock now, man.
Interesting.
Was somebody in here over the weekend? Because this is not going.
Oh, he just turned that.
No, sorry, I turned it.
He turned it. He didn't know.
Okay, this
is
now set.
We were doing that. I know. We were doing that as a test, though. He was doing that as a test.
Okay.
I thought I was helping. I'm sorry.
Did we?
And now we got to
did
do
you call
this as
Heath
a
about
test.
this master
I
volume?
didn't call Heath. I text him, and he's in Orlando, and he said it should go to engineering. So I said,
Who's engineering?
Mick.
You're supposed to go to engineering?
No, Mick.
It was
And
squeaking,
Are you supposed to go to engineering?
squeaking there.
Is that what he means
before.
by that? That he's not going to contact him? That we need
He
to?
is. He's contacting Mick.
Oh, okay.
He said it's gonna go. This has to go to engineering. He's in Orlando right now for a broadcast. So
I wonder what kind of broadcast he's doing.
I don't know. My worry is in here.
Is that on now?
Yep. So we got a new gizmo.
I saw that.
that's
Yeah.
cool. It
So,
actually worked. At least there.
hopefully he's
He's
watching
gotta keep
it.
watching it. Yeah.
Well, it's a countdown, and I can turn it off now, and I got a remote.
Very nice.
This
I
is
like
one
that.
I have to go in between his hands.
Well, I'm probably gonna hear something about what was that pastor talking about with the boobs and butts. But I figured it was not crude.
Well, we're trying to get to a better place for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a fascinating question, like what attracts us
Always
about
fascinates
people.
me.
Yeah. And
It fascinates me more, like he says it a lot of times, but it fascinates me more why my wife would ever be attracted to hanging out with me at all.
yeah,
Because I can be entertaining to be around for short little spurts of time, but overall, I would wear myself out. I just don't, I mean, it's self-doubt, I guess.
sure.
But I mean, I just do my own little thing to make me happy, and I try to make my family happy. But I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm always fascinated that you come home every night, and I'm like, why? I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be somewhat irritating.
Well, and one of the things that's I've always felt with me is like, because growing up, I was always the guy that all the girls wrote in their character list, like what they wanted, like all the objective things
Right.
of like,
Yeah.
the Christian
Sense of
girls
humor
of
and,
like,
right.
always, takes his, belief in God seriously, sense of humor, honest character, all this stuff, close with the parents, like all these things, right? Like every list that I ever saw from girl, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. If I could only meet a guy like that.
yeah.
All right.
But that's the thing is that I was going to say is, on the other hand, there's so many things that aren't in that list, that are just these non intrinsic things you can't really describe, these non-descriptives that are different, right? So that a lot of girls weren't attracted to me. So it was the guy that like fit their list, but they weren't really necessarily that into. So growing up, I always kind of felt like there's going to be every girl is going to be in the Christian community attracted to me at first, but then when they get to know me, they're gonna, like, I don't know, this guy, this is not exactly what I had in mind
But
when
I
I wrote
think,
the list.
I don't know. I watch, because I work with women.
Mm.
I mean, 75% of the people at the restaurant are women. And I just listen to them and my
That's why you're
daughter, of
attractive,
course,
right there.
and my wife and my daughter and all that. And they go through so much insecurity all the time also. But because you're around them a lot, like I'm around my staff all the time, I find something attractive about each one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's not that hard to be attractive to somebody.
Yeah.
Although that advice to me falls short. I can't figure out how to do that. I guess I did with my wife, but
So they got on the news now that the Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from
I saw the
Cape,
tail. Yeah, I saw the tail.
and
on it.
that was on 17th Street at the light going to work. I said, oh
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
look at
yeah.
that.
Oh wow. See, I didn't even think that was.
It's
I
a
would
spy
just thought that
satellite,
was,
isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that was because it was supposed to go off at 7 o'clock, and then I went to the NASA website, and they moved it to 7:15, and this was at 7:17 that
That's it.
I caught it.
I've never gone up to the Cape to see a live launch. Have you?
No,
I would love
not
to.
yet. Okay. Well,
Ooh, I'm gonna steal that balance beam thing at one point. I was thinking about that. It's a good idea.
We might get some rain today, it looks like.
I was really happy we didn't have any rain yesterday because we had rain the day before. And I
Yeah.
thought it might rain at the wedding. And it was an outdoor wedding, but they did have a tent, so it wouldn't have been,
Yeah.
it would have been the worst thing, but it would have been noisy, and some of the people outside of the tent wouldn't have been happy. So
We had like a 2 or 3 month drought.
Yeah.
before our wedding, and we had an outdoor wedding planned and had it all set up for Sunday afternoon. And when we woke up Sunday, it was torrential downpour
Oh,
all
wow.
day, all night, all through Monday. I mean, it was unbelievable.
What did you do?
We had all our backyard was set up. It was in our yard, and we had all of our friends. This is that wonderful life
That's under
story.
your authority. You tell
They
them.
brought
Okay?
everything to the restaurant. We cleared it all out, set it all up, and had the wedding there.
Oh, that's so
And it was
cool.
great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Those kind of things are the best.
Yeah, it was better than we probably would have had in our yard.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Of course, my wife cried half the day thinking that the wedding was destroyed, but it ended up being better.
Sure. That's really cool.
Okay.
So I need to get my phone out
Why?
for the crickets. They're going to tell jokes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even shy away from it. Yeah, go ahead and get it out.
I do not like those jokes.
Okay, I edited that Molinary Fools to take out April.
His office is located just south of the Village Beach Market, 4755 North A1A, or his website, plainsdentalarts.com, or just give him a call, 231-6004. That's 231-6004. So to help with your next dental need, from a basic cleaning to dental implants, call Dr. Plain and his friendly staff, offering conscious sedation to overcome dental phobia. That's Dr. Alex Plains, 231-6004. It's 2:30 in the morning. Someone is trying to break in, but your security system from Complete Electric and Alarm is working. Your phone's on lockdown, security cameras are rolling, and the authorities are already on their way. That's the security of Complete Electric and Alarm. The best security money can buy. Call 388-0533. That's 388-0533. Online at CompleteElectricInc.com. Complete Electric and Alarm, Florida's premier alarm service. Here's Joel Molinari from Molinari School Services with a urgent message for you this month. Just make sure that
Got it.
We noticed. When you die, we're going to go to your funeral and everybody will hold up their phones with the cricket sound.
I would like that.
That's a great idea. Looking forward to that. Just kidding.
The sound, you mean? The cricket
Yeah,
noise?
yeah.
That, Chuck.
Open us next, then the life of Chuck. No pledge allegiance.
Hey, calm down there, boy. Calm down. Let's not get emotional now. Just say yes.
Mhm. Yeah, there we go.
Fake fact, Chuck.
Okay.
You're already laughing.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
Fake fact, Chuck.
Okay, good. Well, let's hear the fact first, then we'll determine what it deems.
And Mr. B, are you keeping your microphone on? You got to turn down the radios and then keep the mic, because part of you, he's in there laughing. We can hear it. And it makes it more conducive to laughter.
Mhm.
And if people laugh, they will tune in every day. So, Mr. B, turn off the dang Bose radio and so we can hear your laugh. Now, Wikipedia has declared war on fake news. I don't have time to discuss this right now. Because according to the article about me on Wikipedia, I not only do this radio show, I'm also head of the United Nations and I run a busy septic tank cleaning business.
Nice. Yes. Well played.
On TV, an expert predicted airline pilots will be replaced by robots. I predict one day airlines will have robots that are programmed to beat up passengers and drag them off planes. It never ends, does it? United, you pay. United Airlines settled with that guy who was dragged off the plane. He gets millions and a lifetime supply of big bunnies too. Plus, once a month, he gets to beat up on the United Airline employee of his choice. Okay.
How much did he get? Did he get millions?
Did he really get
Well,
millions?
see,
I hope
you
he
know, see what they do is they settle out of court. So, and that you have to, the proviso would be that you signed and you're not allowed to say, because then what you do is you got Chuck, you got Rhett, and you got Richard, who get on and say, hey man, let's cause some mischief and get dragged off. And then, hallelujah, we're moving to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Actually, you know,
I would do that.
Well,
You
you
know
would?
me well.
Yeah, both were.
and actually, you know, I used to say that about Hawaii all the time for years and years on this radio show. So, so finally, I got to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I went on a cruise. I was supposed to be there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I left.
Really?
I said,
You
this
hated
is,
it.
first of all, it was hot like Florida. Why
Yeah.
do I want to go a place that's hot like Florida? And then on the island of Hawaii, I like Maui. I put a little bit, I like Maui. I go down to Hawaii, it's just a bunch of, it looks like you're on the moon. All this molten lava, hard rock stuff. So who wants to be there?
Sounds cool. I'd love to be on the moon.
It's not
beautiful.
cool, it's hot.
Oh, well,
It's not
well,
pleasant at all. And
well,
it's like, why did I want to be here all my life? I don't want to
one of
be
my youth kids went there and she loved it.
Yeah, we lived there for 2 years,
Yeah.
and it was a
You
night.
did?
Yeah, we lived there for 2 years.
Oh,
And you're right, it is a lot of lava,
yeah.
but it is beautiful, and it's the trade winds keep it not humid. It's hot, but it's breezy, but I'll say this: it's
Yes.
a nice place to visit, but I definitely wouldn't want to live there.
No.
Mm.
Well, it's just like
I
you've
feel
got
the
it.
same
Like,
way about
I
the-
love Maine in the
Yes.
summer. I love Maine in the summer. I love Canada in the summer. I love cool. I love Nantucket in the summer. I love Martha's. Well, I used to love Martha's Vineyard. I hope I would still like it, but
Now, what's the proper way to say Martha's Vineyard?
Martha.
Martha?
Vineyard.
Martha's
Yeah. Martha got a vineyard up there, growing and making a wine. Martha. And little did she know she'd become famous.
Now, you're mostly doing a good accent, but at times it turned a little bit into that like Dutch thing for a second.
Martha, Martha,
Yeah,
Martha,
exactly.
yeah, Martha, Martha, yeah.
Exactly.
You want to come and have some eggs today?
Yeah.
How are you?
Which now it's sounding a little bit like you run a 7-Eleven too.
I wonder David, come here and buy a big gulp. 50% off on a big gulp today.
It
Yeah.
sounds almost a little bit
Yeah,
like
you got
Forrest
to
Gump.
go big gulp.
My name's Thor. That's like a box of chocolates.
It is almost like Bill Clinton.
Well, that's right. Got nothing in the back of the throat. I did not have. I just want to say this about that. You got to put a little lisp in there, you know. I just want to say this. I did not. I want Hillary to know. I did not have sex with that woman. Yes, I did not have sex with Hillary.
For many, many years, I'm sure.
Jeez.
Anyway.
You know, think about it though. I really do. You got to admit, like, I don't know. I don't know. I met her. She treated me nice. Is she half as evil as people think? I mean, with all this money that comes in, I don't think so. I really don't think they're half as. But can you imagine being her now?
Yeah.
And you thought for sure. I mean, for sure you got Donald Trump. Certainly, I'm going to beat this guy.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Talking about groping. And then they come on the grope. He talks about groping. But your husband did grope. I bet you I'll lay odds that Donald Trump has never, ever groped a woman. I'm going to find out when I interview
You
him.
mean
I'm going to
in terms
ask
of
him.
sexual
I'm going to
assault,
say, Don, may I ask you something, please? And this is not, you know, I like you. I voted for you, so this ain't trying to. But, sir, I'll bet you $10,000 that I don't have, but you certainly have a lot more in it. So let's make it 10,000 from me and 100 million from you. But I bet you never groped a woman.
I just enjoy when you like your own jokes.
they're better.
Stupid joke.
To be honest, they are better.
Better than the ones
other.
I pay for?
Yeah, the ones you pay for. Yeah.
But seriously, I'd like to ask him.
I mean, that's not saying much. I'm not complimenting your jokes here. Just
Can I should probably say this, because one thing with Donald Trump is he's kind of like me. Don't strike me, because I'll come after you.
Mhm.
I mean, I will be like a little dog on your pant leg, and I will not give up if it takes tearing my teeth out of my mouth. Don't do me wrong.
Now, I want to ask you a question. What do you define as evil? Because you're asking about
To
Hillary
me,
Clinton. Whether
yeah,
she's
like
evil.
Barbara she thinks that Obama's evil. He's evil.
Yeah.
I don't know. Evil to me is that you're totally given over to a dark side.
Okay.
I don't know. Are there many people that are evil?
Well, it depends on how you define evil. So I personally think that evil doesn't have to be a force of hatred. Okay, well, that's so often what we think of it as evil is something where I'm angry intensively at someone, and the reality is, you usually are angry at the people you care about.
Oh yeah,
So-
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about evil. Like for
Okay.
instance, you're a pastor, right?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. And you seem like a pretty normal, pretty.
I'm not.
You're like Chuck and me. The three of us are pretty superficial guys.
Well, I hope I'm not superficial.
No, I think we're
What do you
probably.
mean superficial?
Well, I mean in this way. Like for instance, I know someone who has taken confessions.
Mhm.
It's part of that religious group. They take
Called
confessions.
Christianity.
No, this is confessions, like confessions.
Okay, so you
Like in a box.
Catholicism.
I don't know. I'm not saying.
Okay.
I know stuff that now. This person was telling me
Yeah.
that people came and asked for forgiveness who have murdered other people.
Yeah.
One guy worked for a former governor of the state of Florida and asked for forgiveness that he had murdered somebody,
Okay.
that they
So
do go
that's
murder. Now, you know, the three of us sitting here, and most of the people listening are going, well, we love Rhett, and we like working our little local business, and we think he's a nice guy. And I am a nice guy. And all of us, we're nice guys.
Hmm.
But there's a group out there that are given over to not only licentiousness, is that the word, and evil, but there's a lot, and believe me, there's a lot of people over here, I'm pointing towards the beach, and they forget where they made the money. Then they come here and it's like, oh, we're making all these big donations. Yeah, I mean, look at the Kennedys. How did they make them? Look at the Kennedy curse.
We're getting
They
a
made
little-
all their dough on getting people, look at this ABC Liquors. Look at that big, ugly monstrosity they just built on Miracle Mile. Off of people's
It
addictions and
grew
stuff.
out of the parking lot.
It's
basically.
ugly.
It looks
That
like
thing is ugly.
when
What the heck were they? That's all about money. That landlord just sold that place out.
when you get like a wart that just like
Yeah.
like you don't remember it being there the morning before, but then all of a sudden you've got a wart and you're like, what is that doing there? That's how I feel. I didn't see it at all, and then all of a sudden it was just there, like by some sorcery in the middle of the parking lot,
Yeah.
and it just looks like it's out of place.
I had to find a law firm, because there was a point there where I was, indulging in too much alcohol and spending about $400 to $500 a month just on Glenlivet Scotch. I should be able to go back. I mean, everybody else goes back, said, "Hey, I'm going to sue the gun manufacturer. That guy killed my uncle, and I'm suing the gun." That's about as idiotic as anything. So why can't I go back and sue ABC Liquor for making it enticing and having sales in the newspaper and enticing me to overindulge and, losing a few years of my life? And I know people that are dead because of the disease.
There was actually someone who tried to sue a game manufacturer because they said their game was too addictive. And they actually did some research on this one, because it is true that the game is specifically designed to give the player just enough incentives to keep playing. And so they did look at reward systems
There's some
and
gambling
research.
and lottery and all that.
Yeah,
the
same thing. Yeah. So they basically argued.
Well, when I first moved to Vero Beach, I was handling the advertising for John Lloyd Builders. Now, I can bring this up because John is no longer in business. He retired and is living a fluffy life up in the Carolinas
He's
with
on
his wife
pillows
Ellen.
all the time.
Fluffy life!
They're just doing
Anyway,
pillow
so they
fights.
told me that, like, you wouldn't believe the percentage. Nearly 50% of the people coming down to Sebastian and buying a John Lloyd home were the recipients of a law you know, of a illegal
lawsuit.
suing.
Yeah, they won money from lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, look at these. What have we come to in our generation?
Mm.
Nobody even calls evil anymore. I mean, is not anybody embarrassed? First of all, you drive down the road, it says vasectomy, 20% off this month. Then you got these guys that have call me 1-800-SUE. Hey, Jacob and Jacobs got us $700,000. You know, hey, he got us 1.5 million. Look at Mr. Gary. Did you ever been to one of his parties? I've interviewed him. Do you know who he is?
Mr. Gary. No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he has these videos going up at the parties, and it shows Mr. and Mrs. Swartz, 100 million. I'm talking 100 million. Mr. Appleby, we got him 200 million. And you're going, oh my word! And consider that the law firm gets 33% of each one of those. Well,
Yeah.
depends on what you negotiate. 33.
And a lot of them type of suits, they'll the cost of settling is cheaper than the fight.
Mm.
So a lot of times an attorney's office will get a lawsuit going and say, well, we'll sue them for 100 million. Maybe they'll settle for 20 to make us go away.
Right in this town, somebody sold a local business. Now they had 4 locations. It might have been 5. They sold it. I'm not going to mention who it is. Okay, they got $8 million. These 2 partners.
Mm.
Okay, so $4 million each. Pretty good for a couple of young guys, still in their late 30s, early 40s. Okay, wish I had it. But anyway,
Mm.
the girl who used to work in the back office decides to sue them for sexual harassment. Now they have an insurance policy for $250,000.
Mm.
She wanted $350,000. So what the law firm said is, why don't you just settle? Take the $250,000 from the insurance company. You each take out of your $4 million sale, throw in $50,000. It's done. And that's what they did. They didn't contest her. And he said, Rhett, this is a Christian man married with 5 children.
Mm.
And he said, nothing ever went on in that office
Yeah.
between you and I. But better, we have to pay the attorneys. They're going to drag us through the courts. It'll cost us hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Better just to pay her off. So here's this lady who gets $350,000. Okay, the lawyer gets, so she walks away with $250,000. When I had my cottage up in Canada, there was this guy named John. They had the post office in town. We had 2 restaurants. We had 1 supermarket. Bank was open up one day a week, and we had the post office. And John was there. So anyway, John said, what happened with John? John came out one day. Apparently, this lady came back. She'd been away for a while. And the thing is, she'd done this before, we found out later on. He comes out from around the counter and gives her a hug. Welcome back.
Mm.
Right there in the post office. So a month or so later, she sues him.
Mm.
And John gets in his truck, drives it up to the top of the mountain there in Dorset, Ontario. You can look this up. It's a fact. Dorset, Ontario. John, the postal guy. And he drives his truck off the mountain.
Mm.
It crashes down halfway down. There was a group of prisoners working on the side of the mountain. They grabbed John, took him out, saved his life out of the truck, and then the truck explodes, right? And he's walking around in crutches and everything. But his whole life ruined by casting these aspersions and lies upon him. And then it finds out historically that she's done this in the past. And you know what? And that's not admissible in court. Why?
No. And the problem you
Why?
have to compound that is the fact that now everything is videotaped. Everybody has their camera out. And just like the United suit, once people saw that video, it makes no difference what United said may have caused the problem. If they had a defense to what they did legally, it makes no difference once the video was out, because
Okay,
public
That's true, but
opinion,
on that case, I don't think they had
they didn't.
really
I agree.
any argument.
But my
They
point
had-
is if they said, well, 10 seconds before that video was taken, this guy was, it could
Threatening
have.
people with a knife.
But all you have
Yeah.
to do is see that videotape of that lady's camera,
Yeah.
and the court of public opinion was
Sure.
already done. So what's United's
Well, look at
decision would
O'Reilly.
be-
I don't
Yes.
like O'Reilly. I've met O'Reilly. Do I think O'Reilly's arrogant? You're darn right I do. But he was convicted by a jury of his peers
Yeah.
without even going to court. It's not right in America. Because he paid off. Better to shut these people up than go through the courts. So they paid out $13 million. Now, when you're making, believe me, if his going away check was $25 million, imagine what he was making annually. Better look, you're making 100. The show was grossing over $100 million a year.
Yeah.
let's make this go away. We're going to lose advertisers. What happens is he did it one too many times, 5 of them.
Yeah.
Now, you got to suspect maybe something, but we don't know that. Here's a man's life who perhaps is ruined because of somebody casting aspersions.
And
You know, that's why, look, I saw this video of this black lady recently, and she came into a convenience store. I don't know if she's whacked out of drugs. She just started tipping over the popcorn count, what do you call this? Displays, and taking all the candy bars and throwing. Nobody touched her. You can't do it this way. If you touch her. When I was a kid, I stole a Matchbox car, the little tiny cars. I was 9 years of age, and I was at the Woolworths, and I found out that I had a hole in the pocket of my jacket. This cured me of, they call it, but there's a certain, when you go through that period where boys steal or whatever, they say, But anyway,
adolescence.
yeah, adolescence. So, did you ever steal something? Yeah, I'm sure.
Thievery.
Actually, I was just talking about
Okay,
this.
let me finish the story.
I-
I want a story. No, not yet. Hold on. You can tell the story in a minute. So I go in and I steal my Matchbox, and I go around to the back of the plaza. I'm going to hop over the fence and go through the Dutchess Golf and Country Club in Poughkeepsie, New York, which leads to the back of my house, about a 10-minute walk. Anyway, before I get to jump over the fence, up comes this man in his car, opens it up and says, he's the manager of Woolworths. Hey, kid. And he checks my pockets, and he finds one in the pocket. He didn't find the one I had hidden in the back, though, but he found the one in the pocket. Come on, get in the car, kid. And he takes me to Woolworths, makes me stand in line. We had a plentiful supply of money in our family at this time.
Yeah.
I could easily pay. It was just for the thrill, I guess. So, and I pay for the car. Adjured me of stealing. But anyway, he put me in his car. Today, if he put me in that car,
Kidnapping. Yeah. Which, by the way, is actually technically true for the security guards. When you walk out of a store and they catch you pickpocketing, I know this because my brother Doy used to do that. He was a detective.
oh, I thought maybe
He's a pickpocketer. No, he would watch people and on the surveillance cameras and see if they were putting anything in their pocket. Well, so they go up to you you're walking out of the store. They go up to you and they say, "Excuse me, I need you to come with me." And then you go with them, and then they call the police officer, and they wait, and they have the police officer deal with it. Well, almost everyone does that. All they have to do is just go in their car and leave. You can't actually force them to stay, because as a security guard, you're just like any other citizen.
Right.
And so it's only by the perception of power that they obey you, right?
Yeah.
But when you say you're going to have to come with me, they could say, "No, I'm not going," and you're like, "Okay, have a nice day." There's nothing they can do, because if they try to,
Well, isn't that great? You're announcing this over the air. But the good thing is about talk radio, stupid people don't listen to talk radio.
nobody is stealing
Thieves.
stuff here.
Are there any thieves listening right now? Give us a call and tell us your thoughts, please,
Yeah.
at 473-7777.
Because it's kidnapping if they force you to stay.
Right.
So that's one of the things that's interesting to me. But one of the things you're talking about is not the way people mostly think of evil. It's this kind of evil that's just disregard for how it's going to affect other people. And I actually think you're right. I think that is evil. If you don't care about how it's going to affect other people, that's evil. There's no more evil than that.
Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Center for Advanced Eye Care, 5 eye doctors that genuinely care about your eye care. Also, Dr. Steinfeld. Have you heard of Dr. Steinfeld? He's an extraordinarily gifted orthopedic surgeon. When they had to, when Barbara needed emergency surgery on her leg because she broke it, they were going to give me some other doctor. I said, nothing doing. It's only Dr. Rich Steinfeld. He's the best.
I think the worst thing, by the way, about people like that are like the stealing, suing, whatever they can get, is that they think everyone's like them.
You know what else I was thinking about, though, that kind of ties into that? Because my wife and I were having this deep discussions all weekend about society.
It's another deep discussion with Chuck.
And Donald Trump falls into this discussion because he can be so out there with or conservatives in general, can be so out there and so far to the right that people then become, it's part of his Art of the Deal book. You go all the way one way and then you settle for the midway, and that's pretty much what you wanted. Society-wise, what you were talking about with the fact that nothing is our fault anymore. It's because of, I want to sue the lottery company because I've lost money and because they made it enticing. But you physically could have just not done it.
Yeah.
You know, you physically could have just said, well, I'm not going to drink anymore. Not the liquor company or the gun company or whatever that made you perform whatever it was that you didn't want to perform. If we started in society like those PSAs used to do, where public service announcements that made you feel bad for doing something, you don't necessarily always need a law to follow it up or a regulation. And my point with that is the littering and the smoking and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We kind of got after a generation of hearing that, where littering now is and smoking is socially unaccepted anymore.
Mm.
So my point with that is, and we're getting even into um, our point with that was abortion, because Liz and I were talking about how does anybody come out on a side of that anybody's going to listen to, because it's pretty divided. Everybody's either pro-life or pro-choice. I mean, it's
Oh,
a
my
debate.
word.
I said, but if we made it where it was uh, socially unacceptable, maybe the rate would go down just because we had a negative tag attached to it, even though it was legal.
Yeah.
Smoking is legal, but we have a negative tag on it where now you almost feel dirty if you have, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Maybe that's how you solve some of this stuff rather than just trying to go out and create a regulation or a law.
I couldn't agree more, and that's one of the things that I share with people all the time. And most of the time, people look at me weird and say, "Well, that's not government's job," and then I point out that we're actually doing it in some ways. But we should not jump to laws. We should first go to incentives, right?
Right.
We should still first positive reinforcement, then negative reinforcement, then finally punishment. We jump straight to punishment.
Right.
And a good example when we do this is giving to charity. We have a positive, it's not required to give to charity, but we have a positive incentive tax wise
Right.
if you give to charity. And I think we should do that with everything.
Yeah.
You know, we should have positive incentives for driving safe.
When I go outside, if a piece of this breaks off and falls in the ground, I chase it all around the parking lot to pick it up, because
Yeah.
I am programmed to not litter.
Yeah.
Now as a kid, I grew up right when that Indian was crying and those PSAs
Yeah.
were coming out, and I grew up with that. So
Yeah.
when if I see somebody litter, it physically makes me want to go do something about it. I don't smoke anymore, and now if I would feel like if I lit up a cigarette right now, the amount of negative looks I would get and negative thoughts would make me not want to do it. I'm amazed that people still start to smoke when they never did it before.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a joke.
But
It's amazing.
we were just we
On
had
forever, Rhett.
just a long conversation
Oh.
about how you don't really need. What we need is maybe just more of an attitude change than anything that would help solve some of our social. People think it's okay to go on to college now and violently protest.
Yeah.
Rather than, because now we've kind of become where it's accepted. And they were talking about that with even terrorist attack. With
What was that?
Oh, it was just some kind of advertisement from.
They said the new norm now in America is going to be that we just become used to terrorist attacks, bombs going off, and all that. And I said that shouldn't be the new norm.
Mhm.
The new norm should be that we were not going to tolerate it, and mentally we abolish things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And
Not
but, you know, it's
working
like one of
already?
those things that,
Yeah.
and we're so
The one digit,
busy.
so I'm gonna
You're talking about
contact
Trump
them back.
earlier,
The
and
one
like
digit
you
on
go
the,
for this and then you
I'm
send
not
it
gonna
back.
send it back. I'm gonna
I
call them
think this,
first, and they're gonna send me a new one.
we're so busy trying to negotiate
All right, let me out of here.
in
Yep.
Washington D.C. and we're not actually
Oh.
trying to come up with creative solutions where everyone wins. If you're always looking for a compromise, you're never going to look for a win-win.
Right.
And so, what I think we should be doing, we got these liberal perspectives and these conservative perspectives. We should be looking at like, where's a way that we can do both, that everyone will win. And sometimes there are creative solutions, not all the time, but sometimes there are creative solutions that everybody can get what they want. You know, that we could be environmentally friendly without it costing money.
Right.
You know, that we can have small businesses not have too many, but that's the problem is like what Republicans hate. See, liberals think Republicans just don't care about the environment. No, they don't. They hate the approach of the way you protect the environment is by putting all these restrictions on these small businesses that makes it impossible for them to succeed.
Right.
You can do both. You can have positive incentives
Right.
for small businesses
Sure.
to do things that are green, and small businesses that are especially not big businesses,
Right.
but small businesses
Sure.
are going to be really incentivized to do that because they're
Right.
pinching every penny.
Right.
You know?
Well, I did that when I went to, we moved into the city a few years ago, city utilities. Florida Power and Light has incentives if you become energy efficient in your home.
Yeah.
You get an energy efficient appliance,
Yeah.
they knock $20 off your next bill. You send in the little thing.
Yeah.
Or you put in a new AC that's energy efficient, they knock off $100 off your, like
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
I called the city of Vero Beach up.
Yeah.
And I said, we just put all new appliances in. Do you have some form I fill out, or how do I get my credit? She goes, credit for what? I said, for going more energy efficient on my appliances. We had FP&L before that. And she just laughed. She goes, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And I said, why wouldn't you? I don't understand why you wouldn't. You're part of your budget
Yeah.
is to tell me to do something. Now we've done it. And again, I'm not saying you need a reward for everything, but it's an incentive, like
It's
you
a
said.
positive incentive,
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I just remember the conversation. That's been 15, 20 years ago. And I remember the conversation well because I thought the same thing I'm saying now. Why wouldn't you? You're spending money to get us to do it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you spend money instead to incentivize people to do it?
Sure. Absolutely. And it's really
It was
not
kind of like the
spending money.
cash for clunkers deal.
Yeah.
I don't know that I disagreed with that much.
Yeah.
Because there were 12-mile-an-hour 1960 Cadillacs driving around. I don't know that I agreed with it. I don't know if I disagreed with it, but I thought it was an interesting way to try to clear a lot of those old junkers off the road, and I guess it did.
Yeah.
And then if I'm now going to go buy an energy efficient car, can I not get something? Some $25 off? Anything makes a difference to people.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a jackpot.
No.
But even just a pat on the head sometimes, even just recognition.
Because there's part of them that wants to do it anyway.
I'm going to tell you something. We've got in our garage, we have a super energy efficient certification from FP&L in our home.
Yeah.
It's all up to a level that they.
So you got back to FP&L.
We got, huh?
You got FP&L.
We moved back to the county. I got this thing on my circuit box that says, this is to certify that this address is high energy efficient home by FP&L inspection, blah, blah, blah. When people come through my garage, I stop and show them that. It did nothing to me financially. They didn't give me any money off or anything.
Yeah.
But that little recognition means
Nice.
something
Yeah.
to me. I don't know what.
I know.
And I know probably some people go, yeah, we're good. But for some reason, it's my pat on the head.
Yeah. And what did that cost them?
The price of that piece of paper.
Yeah,
That's all it
exactly.
cost them.
And there's so many things with the government. Like, one of the things I talk about is this idea of putting this little star, say, on your license. And every state has this little star on your license, and they're different colors. And they're contributed to how much you give to charity, percentage of your income, right?
Okay. Yep.
And so what you do is then there's this, everywhere you go, you have to show your license somewhere. People are going to see the star. Now you don't enforce anything. You don't get any. You just got that star, right?
Recognition.
But you get pulled over. It's not like you're definitely not going to get a ticket.
Right.
But the police officer's going to know this is someone who's caring and together enough that they're giving a large percentage.
And something, Richard, that works on all kinds of different levels because I do the same thing with the sheriff's. I put $25 every year in an envelope.
Yeah.
I get the little sticker for my car.
Yeah.
And I go out and physically put it on there.
Yeah.
And I look at it all the time. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's just me.
Yeah.
But that seems to work all over the place. The star, the license, the sticker.
That's right.
So why don't we use that more? I don't know. I'd rather use that than regulation.
That's right. Exactly. And same way with, you apply to a new job. Right?
You messed with my lights in there, I think.
Anytime you apply to a new job, they're going to want your license.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there you go. You send that light, you put that license, and they're like, ooh.
But we've gotten to
It's
this.
dark right there.
Well, I think it's pretty bright.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
But it's even with, even like you said, with jobs, like recommendations and stuff now are not that important anymore. Where people say, I got a recommendation, you're like, all right, well, I'll just do it. I don't need to see, but it is something that we should go back to because somebody's proud enough to bring it in with them. And but we've
Yeah.
gotten to a point now where even with employees, it's just you're just part of the grunts, the cattle call. Just do your job, get out, get your check, go ahead. But people are prouder of their job. They do a better job for you.
Yeah,
And,
that's right.
and I fall guilty of that. There's people that would be nice to have, when people have employee of the month and they have a parking spot and they get a plaque up like Sam's does this.
Yeah.
I think it probably, in some way, mean, I'm proud of stuff I've done, even if it's just a piece of paper. I should listen to my own advice, I guess.
Here we come. Yeah, what's up, Chuck? No. I want the original one back where we had Barbara laughing at the end. Who the heck cut that out of there?
You don't laugh at the Pledge of Allegiance.
No. They were laughing at the kids saying you may be seated. So I want to put back in, I'm the boss. That's the way it goes. Open it out! Roger Dodger. I want the people laughing at the end with the kids saying, please be seated. Do you understand?
It probably
It's gone.
often hears.
No. I want it back. Seriously, I want it back.
It probably often sounds like we're laughing at the Pledge of Allegiance because we're often laughing at the end of that clip. But it's never because of the Pledge of Allegiance. Sometimes it's because of the kids, and sometimes it's because of Rhett.
Well, if you can't take a joke, then you know what to do. If you can't take a joke, then ooh, you.
Did you see it was on the news this morning, and I saw it yesterday.
Didn't see it.
The hockey game in Canada. I think it was
What happened?
I can't remember the name of the team. I'm not a big hockey fan, but the entire stadium, when the American team came out, the entire stadium in Canada sang along the Star Spangled Banner.
Really?
Why?
And they were thought because they respected the song and respected our team. And
we were playing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a real show of sportsmanship and a shaking of hands of allies.
Isn't that great?
It was fantastic.
But I'll tell you something else. When I was up there right after 9/11, remember I used to have a cottage up there. So I'm in Toronto. And in Canada, they embrace alfresco dining. Not like the dimwits in Vero Beach, Florida, that get in the way of little businesses having tables and chairs outside. Up there, intelligentsia rules, and even when it's still snow on the ground, at a certain date, boom, hey, we're going out. Hey, we're gonna dine outside, even if they already got their scarf and the thing on. So anyway, you're sitting outside. We're having al fresco coffee outside. It's just the spring is coming. I don't know. It's September, so it's a little cool.
Did someone like assault
Anyway,
you with a fruit when you were sitting outside here in Vero Beach?
So no, it's the local businesses, and it's no laughing matter. Local local businesses want to have al fresco dining,
Okay.
outside dining.
Yeah.
It would be, we're in Florida,
Yeah.
and the dimwits downtown. No, regulation 54B says you can't only have so many tables or chairs outside.
You're limited.
Okay, you ran into the same goofy crap over at the airport. Let's be honest.
Well,
the
you're more
dimwit
upset
that
about
used
it
to
than
be
I am.
the dimwit
They're-
that used to be the manager there. Chuck went and bought. He bought chairs and tables and put them outside at CJ Cannon's where
Well,
people want to dine.
yeah, but-
And then said, "Well, you're not paying rent on the grass. You're gonna have to pay us more money."
But you
Hey,
also,
you
you're,
dimwit,
see,
go
you're
take
not,
your paycheck and disappear.
you're not looking at the fact too that if somebody did that here and tripped over a chair or did something that you weren't allowed to do, and then they came in and sued Rhett Palmer, then you'd say, well, why didn't anybody
enough of
tell
this.
me?
You know what the
Why
problem
didn't
is?
anybody tell me that I
There
had
is
to have a
evil.
permit to do
Everybody's suing everybody.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? Everybody's suing. Everybody's suing
Okay, well, look
somebody.
at downtown 14th Avenue. It's very crowded. It's
Yeah.
a small sidewalk.
Let's
There's
go
very
down
little
there and
parking.
fall and fake breaking a tooth, and we'll just,
Somebody has said
What?
outside dining is somewhat a little bit dangerous out there. So I mean,
Oh,
because-
come
Yeah,
on.
I'm sadly with Rhett on this one.
okay,
Yeah,
well,
this is a
Yeah.
bunch
then
of
here's what
crap.
I would do.
Okay.
I'd go down to 14th Avenue, get a lease, do your own restaurant, put outside dining in it.
And then get in trouble.
Yeah.
We got dimwits running things downtown. I'm just hoping what goes around comes around. It seems like stupid prevails a little more each day. I wish we had some folks come along our way. Did you ever notice on the barrier island they got berms on the side of the road? You can't tell that their house is on. You can't see. I mean, and look what prevails. Here's intelligence. Here's not. You come down from Brevard County. It looks like crap. Look at A1A. Would you want to be in that? I wouldn't want to live up there. Sorry. You come down here,
Give me free.
as soon as you hit Indian River County, man, it's like, wow, look at this.
So why do you think that is?
Because somebody had the gumption to say, you're going to build here, you're going to have berms. Look at John's Island.
Do you like that? I'm trying to think of what side you're on that.
Yeah, you just switch sides.
Yeah. You just want to have nice
Now
trees and you can't see.
Now you're for legislation.
That's
You
it.
just
Because
switch
I will
bases.
tell you something, I can introduce you to somebody that thinks that all the crap sitting out on the sidewalk in front of a restaurant looks terrible. If you wanted to have that argument with somebody, because they don't like that look
Yeah.
and they think they're right. You like that look and you think you're right. Where does that argument go? I mean,
Well, I tell you what, I want to get back to my story in Canada. So
Well,
I was sitting outside. I was sitting outside at an outside cafe right after 9/11. You're the one that just brought up about the games this
I
weekend.
brought up
How
about
the-
the singing of
The
national anthem.
Canadians sang
Yes.
Star Spangled Banner. Okay. So I'm up there and I'm dining up front. So this is right after 9/11. And a Toronto fire truck goes down the street. And guess what they have on it? The American flags. And I started crying right there in my spot.
I will tell you something. There was a show, and it was just shortly after 9/11 that they were talking about how patriotic America is, and that these countries would have terrorist attacks happen in their country.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 weeks later, it's all over with. They're going about their life. They said, "You guys have flags in your window. You have flags hanging out your car. You guys are singing at your sport. You're doing all. You're constantly promoting patriotism. Our country doesn't do that, and most of European countries.
Our
were doing
country, you mean their country?
Our country, the United States, their countries didn't do that as much
Yeah.
as we did. They thought that was very nice. They thought that was very unique.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of
How
pissed.
many-
I'm pissed off right now at the Europeans. You want to know why? When Bill Clinton was caught with the different women, they said, "Well, it really shouldn't have an effect on what you do voting wise, because what a man does in the privacy of his life does not count." Now Trump comes along, all of a sudden they have disdain and contempt for Trump because of what? It's not a fair playing field here.
Now let me ask you that
Yeah.
last accent. What European country was that supposed to be?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it matters what to do.
Like, what European country is that? Is that some Tennessee
Redneck
or
Scopia. Yeah.
redneck?
This is what happens when you have an idiot running a radio show in the morning, sir. He just figured anything. One time I was on the radio and I started quoting Barbara, and says, "Well, hey," all of a sudden I stopped myself in the track. I hope she's not listening. "Hey, y'all! Now you need to bring that towel over here and clean up your mess near the garbage can." I went, "Well, that's not exactly how Barbara sounds."
Yeah, Barbara is a 500-pound guy.
I don't know. Yeah.
This is really a 97-pound little teeny tiny thing, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
we're all hypocrites, and
Right.
and the reality is that it goes on both sides, conservative and liberal. That whatever
Yeah.
the other side did
Oh,
something
it's
bad, then
terrible.
we're like, oh no,
Oh,
this
my
is
word.
horrible.
You
And
have
then
to
it's
admit that
like
the
our
liberals
side.
are far worse than the conservatives. Now, I don't know that's true. I'm only kidding. But anyway, Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
Okay. Number one at the box office.
Yeah.
I went to see it
Oh my gosh,
Alone.
you did?
alone.
Why did you go to see
Oh
that?
my word.
Why?
So you already know.
Oh my gosh.
Either of you go?
No, I
You
knew
won't.
better than that.
They just no credibility at all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's for why is it doing so well? It's done better at the box office than any motion picture history. Is that because of the little kids, huh?
Well, and because that accent that you did a little bit ago.
That accent there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in America that's
Hey,
the level.
let's go, did. Yeah, we voted for Trump and we like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's got
There we go.
fast cars, a lot of
Give me
celebrities.
that hat. Trump was smart. Do you know what that? I'm voting for the man with the red hat. Never saw nobody running for office with a red hat before. He got one just like Papa has up here, except he's got teeth. Papa
It
don't.
really was. It was the red hat that got him the presidency. I actually have a friend too that put on Facebook that they just saw Fast and the Furious or whatever it is, and they're like, and it's so good. How do they keep making them good? And I was thinking, oh my.
Well, it's part of a series.
Let's
It's-
inform somebody if they
it's,
watch that they actually are probably on the edge of being a moron.
It's got the explosions,
But I sat through the whole movie.
the fast cars, the
Yeah.
action. Yeah, so yeah, I see how it can appeal to people. I mean, not my cup of tea, but I mean,
I know people that watch that movie don't care,
Yeah.
but I've actually watched a bunch of the Fast and the Furious
Mhm.
movies, and it goes completely. The whole plot goes completely against the whole character development that they've
yeah.
had throughout the whole
well,
series.
and
of
I
the
was
film.
saying that when we were talking about that, I said the first Fast and Furious, is that the first one?
And Fast and the Furious
Was just about car racing.
basically.
Now they're anti-terrorist group of they're out with tanks and submarines.
But that's the
I guess I
that's the
didn't see
other
it.
thing that they've done well in terms of marketability.
Mm-hmm.
They've continued to ramp up everything.
Sure.
Who's
It's
the
like-
guy? Who's the guy in the bald head there?
The Rock or Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Vin
Is that
Diesel.
him? Is that him?
Yeah, the Vin Diesel guy.
I like
yeah.
that
They're
guy.
both in it, yeah.
Goes like this.
I like
Hey, baby. I'll
Vin,
never let anything happen to you.
Vin Diesel's okay. I like The Rock better. I think he's actually kind of funny.
Oh, The Rock. That's the guy.
Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson.
These
Yeah.
huge arms.
Yeah, he's huge.
My word. That's a ridiculousness.
He's got good comedic timing. You put him in something funny, he does a good job.
That's a smart guy.
Yeah, he is. It reminds me of like a comedy version of Arnold.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
He
I
likes
can
to work out.
understand him.
Anytime I get the desire to exercise, I sit down. I wait till it passes.
That's
Mark
That's
Twain.
is it Mark Twain? Okay, I was gonna say that's an old one. I heard that one a long time ago. Back in your time.
Bob Dylan stole all the good stuff. Now nobody can write anything.
Nah, you still
Most of the time, I don't think about her, and it ain't no crime. No, I don't think about her most of the time. You like that song? I mean, every
Yeah, but there's
freaking thing
always
that
that
son of a
time.
gun writes, I
There's
like.
always that time.
Most of the
Most of the
time.
time. Yeah, it's good.
Now, the Chuck's over here going, I don't know that song.
I've never been a big Dog Dylan fan.
No?
Big Dog Dylan fan.
No,
I'm
Dog.
not a big Dog
I
Dylan
know
fan.
not many of you.
Well, I didn't know I was going to get
I didn't
thrown.
know you're Cajun. You
I-
Cajun,
I
brother.
didn't know it was going to get thrown in my lap that quick. So I'm a little
How about that? You from Cajun territory?
Bob Dylan, I
think-
appreciate. But
He's
I'm not a
practicing
fan.
for his new TV show.
I
It's going to be Uncle Chuck and his Cajun cooking.
I could see that being. I'm not a big Dog Dylan fan. Big Dog Dylan.
Ain't a big dog dealing fan. I ain't a big dog dealing man. Don't get all shook. I like to cook that Cajun fare. All right.
Well
My
said,
God.
Chuck. You summed it
That
up.
Bob
nicely.
Dylan dog. What did he say?
I'm not a big Dog Dylan fan.
Big dog Dylan. Big dog Dylan. Hey, maybe we can sell T-shirts. Big dog Dylan.
Big Dog Dylan.
You know, really?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Bob will be going, hey man, what's that? Somebody's making money off of my name?
Yeah.
Big Dog Dylan. We could write a song with these, you know. Big Dog came into town. Big dog done put the other dogs down. Hey, something's going down. Hey, big dog Dylan, he come in yesterday. Somebody said he kidnapped Chuck along the way.
I can see it.
I could see a Jim Croce.
Or a Saturday morning cartoon and Dog
Oh
Dylan.
yeah,
Yeah,
Big
Big
Dog
Dog
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, there you go. That could be. That would be a great cartoon where you got
Yeah.
a cartoon that's got a dog that has the personality of Bob Dylan.
Yeah, think about it. Hey, he goes up to another female dog. Hey, mama, I really like your end. I'd like to sniff you again and again. Dog.
Oh yeah,
Big Dog
yeah.
Dylan.
I'm trying to think of how to make lay lady lay into about leaving sleeping dogs laying. I was trying to think about that. How to do that.
Oh, so that's, see, you were busy doing that, so you
Yeah.
missed
I
my
missed yours, yeah.
great joke.
Well, mine didn't end up anywhere, so I should
Or we could
listen.
have, knocking on PetSmart's door.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Knock. There you go. That was a good one. I like that.
Knock, knock, knocking on PetSmart's door. Knock, knock, knocking on PetSmart's door. Daddy got mad when he crapped on the floor. He's bringing me back to PetSmart's door. Knock, knock, knocking on PetSmart's door. Knock, knock, knocking on PetSmart's door.
You guys got to cheer, which is rare. You got to cheer from your man. He liked it so much. You know, it's funny because ironically, what's going to happen is Chuck is not a big Bob Dylan fan, but he is going to be a big Dog Dylan fan.
I already am.
Yeah, he already is.
He's willing.
He likes the big Dog
Big
Dylan.
Dog Dylan.
He's willing.
But yeah, so you liked Fast and the Furious, huh?
That's what Chuck gets from going.
Yeah.
Hey, I need another cup of coffee.
Teaches me to pay attention. You gotta be ready for everything. Go.
Yes.
But
Do
you liked the movie, huh? The Fast and the Furious
No.
or whatever. Or
No,
Eight
not really.
Furious or Fast.
But it's just, first of all, these ladies, I went for the 10 o'clock showing
Yeah.
the other night. And so I go there, and these ladies are bringing in all these little kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing bringing kids into this?
What is it rated? Is it R or is
It's
it
PG or something like that. Or
Is it just
parental
PG?
guidance suggested or something. Look it up now. You can look it up real quick, right? Just
Yeah.
go to what's that thing with
IMDb.
the popcorn thing there? What's the logo?
Oh, I see. I do IMDb.
Well, you do what?
You do like the Flickster one.
Yeah. What do you do?
I do IMDb.
Hold on. IMDb.
Yeah.
And
It's M as in the letter M.
IMDb.
Yeah.
International
This
Movie
thing-
Database.
Yeah. It's got all this information. By the way,
Oh.
you can always tell when a movie is going to be very simple-minded when the critic score is significantly lower than the audience
Yes.
score. But the critic score for this movie is 56 out of 100.
Wow.
For First and Furious.
Yeah, for the Fate of the Furious. Yeah.
Fate of the Furious.
And the audience score is 7.3 out of 10
Wow.
for it. So it's one of those things.
Yeah.
But what was the question?
What was it rated?
Yeah,
What was it rated?
Yeah, what was it
let me
rated?
Look at that. PG-13. Yeah. For
PG-13.
prolonged sequences of violence, destruction, suggestive content, and language.
Oh,
So,
okay.
which by the way, one of the nice things about IMDb for the parents out there who want to make sure that their kids can watch the movie beforehand, they have a parent guide that goes into detail about exactly what's in there in terms of sex and nudity, violence and gore, and profanity. So it's kind of nice to be able to check it out as a youth
Okay.
minister. I use
A
that tool.
news show. A new shows. Today's news quiz question. This is how I got it, ladies. The question: a new shows the average public swimming pool has 8 what? The average swimming pool has 8
Gallons of
what?
pee.
Huh?
Oh,
The answer, the average public swimming pool
you may be
contains
right.
8 gallons of urine.
I was right. Did you hear me be right just
Yes, I
now?
heard you be right.
Wow.
Yes, you're right.
I even had the right amount.
Yes,
He said 8, and I said gallons of pee.
yes.
And guess what you just won? 5 bottles of Clorox bleach to put in your pool. Now that's a public pool.
Yeah.
Can you mention something when you're a kid and you don't know that? Like, later on in life, of course, I got to travel on some cruises, and you get your own little private, what's the thing you jump in? A hot tub.
Hmm.
I'm going to jump in that hot tub for nothing. We got to take a break. We'll be back. This is the mayor of the airways. Who loves you, baby?
You have the power to help
I can't
us
believe I
out.
guessed that right.
Treasure Coast
You're
Community
in.
Health is a mobile healthcare provider
All right,
for everyone. No one is turned down.
Ooh.
You think anybody's listening to
Ooh,
this?
nope.
It's
Brutally
a shame
honest.
with that big dog Dylan thing.
We wasted that.
Big dog Dylan.
TCCHinc.org is a not-for-profit
Yeah.
501c. Donations are accepted. Every time I get my car washed, I save $22. How? At Suds and Shine. It's right in front of the Minuteman Press on 12.
So who was the winner of the Duck Derby? Did they proclaim a
I
winner?
don't know.
Okay. I
I
thought
wonder
maybe
if I won.
I wonder if they announced it.
Every time I go over on 12th Street and I go to Suds and Shine right in front of Minuteman Press. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Touch of Class Dry Cleaners, the best dry cleaner in town. Their newest location, your front door. That's right, Touch of Class Dry Cleaning, free delivery to your front door. Touch of Class. After a surgery, injury, or hospital stay, your doctor may recommend home health care services to help you recover in the comfort and safety of your home. The Visiting Nurse Association's highly skilled nurses, therapists, and aides have been trusted to care for this community for over 40 years. The VNA is committed to providing patient-focused care so you can return to doing the things that are most important to you. When your doctor recommends home health care, you have a choice. Choose the VNA. Learn more at vnatc.com/choosevna. You need an appliance fixed? Call Mike Campbell at Campbell's Appliance Repair 562-3002. 562-3002. Campbell's Appliance Repair. Michael's been in business for years. So if you have an appliance that needs to be repaired, call 562-3002.
Blanking on that one.
When you have experience in radio sales,
So, you never know. I hear so many people for like gospel minutes, they'll say, "Well, I watch your gospel minutes every day." But if everyone who told me that they watched my gospel minute every day, actually watched it every day,
Oh, yeah.
there'd be way more views than it has. Like, I've had
Well, let me ask you
like
something. Do you have
500 people say
Does
that.
it have to be start to finish to count as a view?
No.
Because I know on YouTube they tell you that if you don't finish it to the end, it's not counted as a view on that video.
Oh,
And I
that's
was
not
wondering.
true. That's not true
I
on
don't think
YouTube
so.
anymore.
Really?
It might have
anymore.
been at
Yeah,
some
it was
point.
when I remember checking it out because
Yeah.
I would watch a video sometimes because my cousins got a couple music videos on there, and I would watch them and watch them and watch them, and I'd look at this view count, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
How long do we have to the
That's when I
news?
looked it up to see why it wasn't counted as a view, and they said you have to
Just
watch it to it has to end.
It's only
No, it only counts for
9:29:41.
Because
View.
anybody could sit there and just click it on and then click it off. Is that a view?
No, it's got to be a certain amount of time.
Okay. That
And
makes sense.
We're in the news.
I know, but it started at 9:29:40. I wonder why.
I gotta check that clock. That clock is probably not on.
if you're doing it,
That's an atomic clock, though.
You're doing it from the same
atomic
location.
clock is off.
it's got the same
It's,
IP address in the cloud, so it
30.
only counts as one view.
36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Are we just listening to him count now? What's going on? Mr. B, why you counting? Nothing. So Hidden Figures got 7.9 right now on IMDb.
Audience view.
The Fate
or-
of the audience, yeah. The Fate and the Furious of the Furious, 7.3. That close.
Yeah, that kind of.
You know? I wonder what the founders got.
Well, I've seen some shows that were in the 90s that I thought were horrible.
Yeah. Founders, I think, is completely out of the theater now.
Yes, I just saw it at Target the other day. It's out on DVD now.
7.2. So The Founder was less
Look
popular.
up Get Out, that horror
Yeah,
movie.
I've seen it.
That was in the 90s.
You didn't like it?
I liked it a lot, but was it a 90s?
No, but I think it's lower now.
That was Flickster too. That might have been
it's
a different.
One of the things that I've noticed is it's 8.1 on IMDb now. But one of the things I noticed is usually movies start a little higher because the fans all
Right.
go to see it first, and then other people eventually see it.
You gotta
and
let
then
it kind of settle down a little bit.
You know, it's really not that good. Like Logan, I know was a 9, and now it's
Yeah.
only 8.4.
Okay. I was looking forward to seeing the Tom Hanks movie, The Circle,
Yeah.
and it didn't break the teens, I don't think, on either.
Oh my
on either
gosh,
side.
it's got a 5.3 right
Was it
now.
really?
What are you talking about? What? What?
The new Tom Hanks movie called The Circle.
It didn't do well.
I got 5.
The book is not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't read
I'm such an internet guy. So when I heard about the movie, I was like, well, I'm gonna read the book really quick. I haven't finished it because it's so boring. The idea is great, but the delivery, I mean, I don't know if the movie, I was hoping that the movie was a lot different than the book, and they took the good premise and they made something good out of it, but
Well, that's kind of like Man in High Castle. You said the book
Yeah.
wasn't that great,
Yeah,
but
the
I
book was
enjoyed
not
the series
at all.
immensely.
and the series, and I like that.
I just
Show
started
too.
watching on Hulu. They got my wife wanted to watch it, so we started the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, you know, that's been blowing up everywhere. I keep seeing
Has it?
the
Well,
book, and the
we watched
TV show, and they're gonna
2
make a movie.
2 or 3 episodes of it. It's slower than I was hoping for, but it's just kind of an interesting premise. I don't know where to go.
What is the premise?
It's a dystopia movie where it's in the future.
It's dystopia, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or it's dystopia?
Yeah, it's dystopia. Like
Oh.
utopia,
Utopia.
dystopia,
Okay.
dysfunctional, utopia,
Dysfunctional.
dystopia. You say dysfunctional? Okay, I was gonna say.
The future, but it's not too far in the future. Women are into 3 categories, ruled by a men's society, and they're either breeders.
Okay.
Well, they're either the wives, which are sterile from this war or whatever happened, and I haven't found out yet what kind of war it was or what kind of.
Interesting.
And then after the wives, which are sterile and live the upper echelon life, then there's the breeder women that are capable of reproduction, that are kind of like a nanny in the house, but they're subservient to everybody.
Yeah.
And then the third level of woman is one that's not upper echelon, not able to breed, and she's basically the maid type thing.
Okay.
Also leave us.
And there's some sort of a resistance going on, but I haven't gotten that far into it. But that's the premise of the movie, period.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of sorting out who's who and why things are happening. But there was a scene where a guy had raped a woman, and the punishment were the fertile women, the nanny type, encircling him, and then whoever the leader of this town was kind of set him. He's tied up, and they just go beat him to death. These women, and they're getting into it, and it was a weird scene. It wasn't as brutal a scene as it could have been. I mean, they tamed it down, but
Now, is it?
it's supposedly showing different variations of how the society's working, and it's all based on the women, but the women have no rights to do really anything.
Really?
And they did have a scene where, and all the women go to these classes to learn how to be fertile nannies, but once it's over, you just give the baby to the mother, who and they have these birthing classes, and they have one of the ladies gave birth. They showed the scene where she gave birth, and then immediately it goes to the lady of the house, but she reenacts it. It's her baby. She lays in bed, and they all come and greet her, and the lady is basically that gave birth is just escorted out. And okay, you did your duty, now go get pregnant.
All right,
again.
here we go.
I'm surprised I remember as much about it as I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting into it, but it was okay.
Interesting.
Right.
It's weird.
And I started watching Deadwood.
Deadwood?
Have you seen
Oh
that?
yeah, that's great.
That is good.
Yeah. Once I got over the
Completely
language, I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
it's
it.
very.
Here we go. Mike's up for Life of Chuck.
Why does he get applause?
It was like a reverse message.
You know?
You keep trying to bring him down, but
Why
Mr.
shouldn't
B
they?
is
Yes.
bringing him back up. That's right. We celebrate.
I needed that,
Chuck.
Mr. B. Thank you.
Bringing me down to places I don't wanna go. You're bringing me down to places I don't wanna know. It's a song I wrote when I was 14.
Oh, really?
You're bringing me down to places I don't wanna go. You're bringing me down.
Nice. Yeah.
That's
interesting.
I was such a happy childhood.
Reminds me of Jackson Brown, who wrote one of maybe my favorite song that he wrote.
Yeah.
He wrote when he was like 12 or 13 or something like that about a girl, and it was like about journeying, and it was this really deep soul
Well,
thing.
You know the.
It's what was it? Is it I can't remember what the name of the song. I'm gonna look it up.
You know Tom Schultz, the group Boston, and their big song was "Long Time."
Yeah.
And before that, they have that keyboard called Foreplay, and it's the keyboard introduction to Long Time. And that was a song that he wrote 12 or 13 years old, and he only plugged it in because he said it's been hanging in my head.
Well, Paul McCartney wrote this song when he was 12 on his piano. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greeting, bottle of wine. If I've been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Really interesting. The song, by the way, I did think of it right when I started looking it up, but it's These Days. Do you know that song? These Days?
By who?
By Jackson Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the lyrics are like, when I've been out walking, I've been out walking. I don't do too much talking these days. These days. I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do. And it's like all these things about like regrets.
How old?
He was
Yeah,
like 12
12.
years old.
Yeah, no wonder, he drove his wife to suicide,
I don't think you should say anybody drove their significant
Well,
other
that's
to
what I was
suicide.
told when I was younger.
I think he's had a tragic life,
Oh.
but I don't think you should say.
What else do you know about his tragic life?
I just know he's had a tragic life. I don't know a lot of details, but
Yeah.
I mean.
You know why? Because he's running on empty.
Where's my phone when I need it?
Oh yeah, the cricket was like perfect for that.
Sorry.
Running on empty.
It was better than the written.
Doctor,
jokes.
my eyes have seen the tears. Now he wrote that was his first song. And the hit song was like 20. But look at James Taylor though. Think about what it takes. This one. I mean, this is the depth of the song. This is 21-year-old James Taylor. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Apparently she committed suicide. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I woke up this morning and wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Yes.
Big James Tyler.
Big James Tyler.
That's right.
Well, anyway.
Lonely times when I could not find a friend.
Thought that I'd see you again.
It was Johnny Cash there.
Always thought that I'd see you again. beautiful day in paradise.
It's amazing how these deep songs can be written by someone so young and just discovering life and
Well.
already has so much of its meaning.
Mr. B, I received a memo from the boss. Please stop singing along with the songs on the radio, Mr. B. You're killing the plants in the lobby. Hey, wait a minute. Those are plastic plants in the lobby. You ever been to a place so long? Have you been to a place where the plastic plants in the lobby are so old that,
They start to die.
Yeah. Or how about when you go into a cheap motel and they have that, the big wide flowery banner that they used to put atop, what do you call that, edging on the top of the
Plant shelf.
up on the ceiling, near the ceiling,
Crown
around the wall.
molding.
The crown, instead of crown molding, they put those little plant what do you
I've
call it,
seen that.
wallpaper thing,
Yeah.
Oh, like a border.
Yeah. I mean, gosh.
Oh,
you
what's
walk
the old
in-
joke? My artificial plants died because I forgot to pretend water them.
Nice. I'm glad you
I'll
did
turn it on
for yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
Now listen, we got to step this up a little bit because we have a lot of people listen to this time of the day, so we got to step this up.
That's right, especially next morning, Yeah.
That's right.
which is right now.
Well,
we're talking in the future.
I go to every Tuesday morning that I go to work. I have a dozen people that come in right off the bat and say, "I just finished listening to your show." Well, not my show, but the show.
The show
Oh,
of Chuck.
Show!
It's Chuck's show.
It's the American Life of Chuck. It's the American Life of Chuck. What's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? It's the American Life of Chuck. Hey!
Chuck with Big Dog Dylan.
Hey, now we got a new report. It's Chuck with Big Dog Dylan. Well, Chuck, I'm on my never-ending tour. I'm gonna come in to have some eggs. I want some more of that really good hash brown potatoes. Smells so good in the lobby
And what about that
next
beef?
to those fake plants.
That
Hey, by
beef?
the way, your lobby, by the way, let's get serious here. That is the cool. I don't know where you came up with this idea for that new screen. Have you been in there since you did that thing?
I like it so much, I want to become a lobbyist.
Now, see, Mr. B is laughing, but you know what? That didn't make it on the air, did it? Oh, good, good,
There
good.
you go.
You get a point for that. Okay. Yes, but anyway, so you go into Chuck's new lobby, and he's got this big screen TV that has all these old, ancient, antique airplanes.
Yeah.
Goes from slide to slide to slide, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, it does look
He's
really
got a
cool.
new ceiling that looks like,
And what I like about it is it fits with this theme. You've got the theme going. In
Yeah.
this.
Well, our theme got lost over the years, so we tried to refocus on.
I think that's
what we
good.
wanted to do.
I think you should have salt and pepper shakers that are like, little planes. There's only one. There's only one problem.
Yeah.
People will steal
How many people do you think steal? I
A
mean, you
lot.
probably
Oh,
know.
A lot,
Really?
yes.
them. Yes.
Really?
Let me tell you something. We used to have little bags that the silverware, napkin, and all that would be wrapped in, and you bring it to the table.
Yeah.
People would take those bags, and that was actually their stealing pouch.
Yeah.
And we would go
Just made
clean.
it easy.
We would go clean the lobby 2 or 3 times a day and pick up and straighten chairs up, and there would be a half a dozen pouches every day with jellies, sugars, salt and pepper shaker, silverware, all that people had
Wow.
taken
Well, you know
out
what they
and then
think? You
left.
know what? They think
I
they
forgot it.
justify by saying, "Well, I'm paying for this meal, so I can bring home a month's supply of sugar if I want to."
Yeah.
That's the way they talk, though, folks.
That's right.
But
Like the
seriously,
Europeans, those Europeans who talk like that.
Those Europeans come in there. They're private jets,
Yeah, that's what it is.
People do that. I mean, Vassar College.
Yeah.
We had more theft in Poughkeepsie, New York, from Vassar College from the students there,
Let me tell you
and
something.
they're all worth millions.
When I worked at Gentleman Jim's, we had this big lobby of Victorian furniture,
Mhm.
and a long hallway to go down to the lobby. And I went out there to shut lights off, and there was a group of 4 or 5 retirees. I'm not talking about kids either, that had one of the sofas in their trunk of their car. They were getting ready to leave, and I ran out the door. they dropped it on the parking lot, got in, and it was just like it was like
Wow.
Fast and the Furious in a way. They were
Yeah.
fishtailing out of the parking lot.
You were being the Rock, huh? You
I
were
was being
going-
the Rock. Yeah, I
putting
was
the
just like him.
smackdown
Yeah,
on him.
yeah.
You know, you had the eyebrow up and everything.
I ran
You're
about
like,
a half mile behind him trying to catch up.
What's up, Chuck?
He did not like that story at all. He was
No,
completely unimpressed.
he tuned down until he heard "What's up, Chuck?" and then he's like, "What did I miss? What did I miss?"
You know, he's got a new sign in his lobby that says "The Home of Upchuck."
There you go. Yeah, I don't know if that's a great theme for your restaurant, up, Chuck. But I think that's crazy that people would steal those things.
Yeah.
I've almost
Hold
never
on.
stolen
Everybody turn when
anything.
this guy comes to the door. We say, "Hi, George." Ready? On the count of three. Right? 1, 2, 3. Hi, George.
Hey.
How you doing? It's George, our new guy. Nice
Wait
to
a
see
minute.
you, George.
That's Tom.
Take care.
We got good.
Stop.
Ron's not here.
Ron's not here yet, but go ahead and take a seat. You know,
You got it. Thanks.
help yourself to some coffee or whatever else you want.
All right.
Debbie, what's her name is away today?
Beverly.
Beverly is on a cruise.
Yes. And
Cruising
on
a Sunday afternoon. Now this is what's amazing. Now I can with my nephew-in-law, who's married to my niece, blood niece, Joel and I will do this all day long with the songs.
Mhm.
Now he is 56, I'm 63. Okay, so we're close.
Mhm.
This guy's a dyke. I mean, I was doing my radio show when he was in diapers.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. But
Well,
anyway,
I stayed in diapers for a long time.
do you
if it
realize
makes
you were
feel better.
you were like 6 or 7 when I started my radio show? Who would think? Hey, Mr. Palmer, someday I'm going to be on your show with you, and I'm going to know all the movies you know and all the songs you know.
You are
How did
good
you
at
do
that.
that? How do you know these songs?
What I grew
That's
up on.
my.
No,
I
it's
grew up on it. You didn't
mine.
grow up on
I
that.
grew up on them.
I met him, you know, that Felix. I've interviewed him too.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
But I got to tell you something. The
You
art
saw
of
them
that
live.
is, I grew up with those songs.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you 2 or 3 lyrics of any song that I grew up with. I just don't know. I don't pay
Really?
attention. You do movie dialogue.
Well, that's because you were out in the barn messing around with the animals there, milking the cows and stuff.
I'm so glad you said milk.
You thought I was going to
I didn't know.
I'm not fitting into this show anymore. I'm like the outsider.
Hey, Chuck.
I'll tell you why.
Papa said, leave them sheep alone. Papa said, leave them sheep alone. If you don't leave them alone, we're gonna send them home. Papa said, leave them sheep alone. I said, Papa, how about big cows? I'd like to milk them cows and hounds. No, all right.
My brother Doy is actually the reason why I know the song lyrics and the movie quotes so well.
Really?
Because, yeah, we would always play these games where he would quiz me and everyone. And on who could remember the quotes and the songs. And he's so much better than I am.
Really?
I mean, even the guy we were just talking about didn't think about. You don't think about these things because we were late.
Mm.
I mean, either it says something. I would consider you a good friend now. So
Yeah,
it either
absolutely.
says something about him or it says something about me.
I
Well,
think it's
Richard-
a combination. We meet in the middle, Rhett. We meet in the middle.
Rhett's one of Rhett's 3 best friends is Richard, and he's only 30. Aha! Rhett's mental capacity is that of a 30 years his junior. No, but he wasn't. He is, what do you call it? You're
An old soul.
No, you're an old soul, but also you were, what was it in school? Kappa something or other.
Oh, summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude.
You always talk about it. You know, I guess intelligence really matters to you, doesn't it, Rhett? I
When
don't
you ain't
care.
got it, you really want it. Yeah, you.
You got a degree and a submarine sandwich. You're top of the list there.
I think there are some people that have the luck, I guess, of being someone that has the type of intelligence that is recognized as being intelligent. And then there are other people that have
Yes,
intelligence
well spoken.
that is not recognized as intelligence, like, for instance, mechanical intelligence, being really good with your hands and knowing how to fix things. Now we say, oh, you're blue collar, you're working man, but that's brilliant. I can't do that.
Well, look at Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Now I went around. Bill Bennett sent me a copy of a new book that he had written, and I understand that Bill Bennett was instrumental in helping Rush meet some very important people early on in his career. And so I'm thinking about Bill Bennett, who is a whiz intellectually, and Rush Limbaugh is obviously extremely intelligent. And, you know, I want to meet him and just, you know, I just would get all choked up because I'm going to say, you know, because of you, you know, I've lived a really nice lifestyle because he's the one that took radio stations were going dark and being turned off, you know. And here comes this guy, puts on a radio show at noon on AM. Nobody's listening to AM.
Yeah.
There's only one. The only conservative magazine was the Review, whatever that review was, the Washington Review or something. It was the only conservative voice.
Yeah.
This guy has the guts to go and do something totally radically new.
Yeah.
Named Rush Limbaugh. This guy is great. Okay, so I'm walking around this weekend saying, you know, feeling like I inferiority complex to Rush and Bill Bennett. But then I realized, as I'm talking to myself, I said, well, Rhett, but could they do what you do? I have an emotional, remember they call it emotional IQ now.
Yeah. EIQ.
Now, I bet you
or EQ.
that I can sit down with somebody and outdraw. Here, we're gunning for you there, Rush. I can outgun him when it comes to interviewing. And I could be wrong about this, because there's a good chance I am. But because he's extremely gifted as a soliloquist, and what he does, he's, you know, gifted politically. I mean, even his father said, you know, I don't know where this came from. This kid in our little, did you see the picture of a little teeny tiny house? You Google it. He had this little teeny tiny, I mean, this was a tiny little house he was brought up in. Then there's a picture of him when he was young and in radio. First, he looked like a big, tall, goofy guy. Then he got real fat. And, you know, real fat kind of looks stupid, you know. And here's this guy started his radio show. Now you look at him, he looks svelte. You know, he's toned up, he works out, he's lost the weight. I mean, and he's obviously extremely brilliant. But anyway, so you wonder, could he do the intimate one-on-ones that I can do? So you have to watch out, because you tend to compare yourself going, oh, wow, look at my dentist. How does he do that? How do they, you know, every time I go to the dentist, I'm thankful. Are you? Because I go, wow, I mean, when they're working on me, I got my mouth all, and you go, thank God there are people willing to look in other people's mouths
all day long
and do this. And you know, look, I'm going to leave the show in a few minutes. I'm going to go eat some lunch, some breakfast, whatever. I got good teeth because of dentists. Think about that. Thank God for dentists.
Yeah.
I mean, they must go home at night. You realize thousands of people are enjoying their meals because, you know, and I'll tell you what, you ever have pain in your mouth? And a dentist can take that away? There ain't nothing like pain, is there?
Yeah. No, it's true. And we all have different gifts. And there's...
you can't feel inferior to a dentist. You don't know how to do that. Well, that's what he does.
Yeah. And I love how neurologists are finding more and more that we shape our brain by what we decide to learn. And actually physically, we actually physically change the shape of our brain by learning one thing or another. And so you've got to make a decision. What do you want to be great at?
Right.
What do you want to be stupid at? Because you can't be great at everything.
No, you
can't
can't.
be intelligent about
Yeah.
everything. And so I think making an intentional decision to do.
Getting to do what you want to do in life. For
Yeah.
instance, like I've enjoyed doing a radio show.
Yeah.
I would have been a lot smarter in some ways if I had 5, pizza delivery places in town over these 23 years.
Sure.
Because now, you know,
Yeah,
I could be
more
rich
money.
like Chuck.
Yeah.
You know, and I could have these pizza places, and I could sell them now, right? If I had 5 pizza places, they were all doing well. I could probably, you know, a few $1,000,000. Hey, I could retire.
Yeah.
Instead, you know, I've made a little less, but I've enjoyed what I'm doing. But
That's right.
sometimes you wonder in life, should you do what you like, or should you do what's, you know, I don't know. I don't think people who just do it for money end up being very happy. Do you?
No, I think that they made a poor decision in life. But I mean, who's to judge? You know, because one of the things that they might be doing is they might be putting their priority of what their life is really focused on something else. Because they could do their job, and then because they did their job, it frees them up to do what they really love and care about. Because what you love and care about might not be something you can make a living off of. You know, and yeah, I mean, I could make a lot more money very quickly, very easily if I wasn't involved in ministry. But what motivates me is I want to change people's lives. So that's what I
And be
focus
there
on.
for them
I
as a
want to be
safety
there
net.
for them. That's right. And I
Yeah.
want to help people. And I found no better way to do that than being a pastor.
I want to thank you two for coming on the show today. We have some other people that can come on in a minute. But thank you, Mr. Chuck, star of American Life with Chuck. Did you enjoy yourself?
And creator of the
And
Big
I want
Dog
to thank
Dylan
you,
Show.
Richard.
Yeah.
And when is your services at your church?
10:30 on Sundays, right by the bowling alley. Actually,
Right by the bowling.
Face
Come
the
on
left,
down to the bowling alley.
take a left.
Yeah, now don't be hanging out in that alleyway. Come on over in the church. And when you come in, watch out. You turn to the right, you're going to get a lot of them conservative type folk. Go in the back with the misfits and join us. Yeah, we got black people, white people, we got multicolored people. We got people that sing, we got people that can't sing, but they try to sing anyway.
We even got
Yeah.
red people.
We got red people, and
And
we
there's
got
one
people
red.
with tattoos on their arms and their bodies,
Yeah.
and we got people that make odd noises. But whatever, join the crew, because
Silent.
you're odd too.
Silent night.
Silent night! You're sticking around though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Some other people just showed up. I know I have them booked. I don't know. Oh my lord.
We need a little
I get up. You two sat there straight
Yeah.
for 2 full hours.
Well, I go into the bathroom once.
Because you guys are thinner and younger. So.
Here's Joel Molinari from Molinari Pool Service with an urgent message for you this month. Make sure that your pool protected. Got anti-attractant devices if you need fencing, netting, any sort of safety product around your pool. Give us a call at 778-2633 Molinari Pools. We want to help you out. Please be safe around the pool, especially this time of year. Let your friends know. Be safe around the pool. Always adult supervision. Not to replace adult supervision. Put the safety product in place. Okay, Molinari Pool Service, and the phone number is 778-2633. This is Tim Womack, one of the pastors at First Presbyterian Church of Vero Beach. We would welcome you if you're looking for a church home. We have great music, we have a great congregation, lots of wonderful men and women. We are located at the Point, which is at the corner of the Royal Palms and Indian River Boulevard. We're a church large enough to meet your needs, but small enough to need each one of you. Save $20 every time you get your car washed at Suns and Shine Automatic Car Wash, 12th Street in front of Internet Press. Only $5 per car. That's a savings of over $20 at other local car washes. Okay, you'll have to go all the way back, but a $20 savings, it's about the fans. Suns and Shine, 12th Street, $5 every day. And ladies, don't forget, Thursday is Ladies' Day. Take an additional $2 off. Indian River Walk-In Clinic Miracle Mile has been a sponsor of this broadcast for over a decade. Why? I love endorsing it because you'll get the right care
Okay.
right now.
When are we getting into the news?
Family member came to town. A young
Are-
grandson.
At 10? Is that when the news is coming?
Because we sent him to Indian River Walk-In Clinic at Miracle Mile, and everything was corrected and came out well. He's doing fine now, I'm happy to say. Indian River Walk-In Clinic, the right care right now, Miracle Mile.
See you, Richard.
Yep, see ya.
See you next week.
Yep.
We'll be right back with more of the Old Time Radio Hour. Okay, go ahead. Talk in that mic.
Okay, I'm gonna say random things. Hey there, how are you doing? Oh, it's a little squeaky. Why is it squeaky? Is it the headphones? Should I keep talking?
All right, I'm going to try to change the. Let me try that way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're here on the radio show in Vero Beach, Florida. It's a nice sunny day, but the rain might be coming soon. And when you do, you want to make sure that you're hunkering down on something.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Reservations.
After 7 should be pretty good.
Right?
It's that, well, it's Vero Beach, the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, that's the worst.
You get run over by senior citizens.
I can't remember what time we went last year. Oh, I'm so excited. Listen, we went to Lemon Tree before, and I just finished telling the guy I couldn't read. I don't know how much is on there. So then I signed the thing, and and then I take my receipt and I rip it up, which was actually his receipt.
Do that all the time.
I said, I'm so
Fill it out and then
sorry.
go off, sugar.
I filled it out, ripped it up. Yeah, I filled it up, signed
Okay,
it.
what's going on?
Marie and Melanie and myself.
Okay. Why don't we, get in our seats? I guess you're gonna have to hang in the back.
Let me ask Rhett if he wants me
Maybe
here.
you can go
Okay.
live. Maybe you can live stream Rhett. Maybe you can turn the cards on
You
him.
can live stream him, live streaming us.
Yeah.
The Bureau's voice will be coming in today, the new one.
Okay.
Sweet. Where do you want me to go? Where am I?
That's where it gets most on Facebook, isn't it? That corner over there?
No, not really, this corner. Well, see,
well,
there's the shop right there. So it's all three. It's that camera right there.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's all three, so.
Wherever works for you guys.
I'll
Yeah,
just
I don't
stick in
care.
my- I'll stick in my corner then and we'll put Chuck in the middle.
Me in the
Chuck
middle?
Yep.
Okay. Now, this one you talk directly into,
Mhm.
the other ones you talk directly into the side.
Okie dokie.
And you don't have to wear headphones, but if you're gonna wear them, you put them on before we start.
Okay.
Otherwise, there'll be a squeal.
Perfect.
Chuck.
Okay.
Start already.
Okay, I'll take a picture before, just because.
Turn and smile like you're professional.
All right, Mel. All right. I'll have my eyes look at it. I like it. Okay, perfect. See? That's how it works. There we go.
So what do you do in the summer, girl?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm working at
Good to see
Piper.
ya. How you been?
Yeah, I'm working in the marketing department there. I'm super excited.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Excuse me.
It'll be so much fun. Sorry.
It's okay. Have fun, guys.
Hey,
Thank
you too,
you.
and have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
This was the article. I thought we had a full page of
I'm
pictures in from.
home, so I'll be able to come visit ARC some more.
That'd be
Yes.
She's
awesome.
home all summer. Yay. Oh, no, she's working. Yeah, so we'll make time. We'll work around it.
Absolutely. The guys would love to have you back again.
Remember Michael? When Wayne said,
Yes.
ask her, what are you doing tonight? And Michael goes, I hope making me dinner.
That was
so
amazing.
good.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh.
Because Michael's very quiet.
He usually doesn't
Kinda
say
like me.
boo about anything.
Yeah.
So this is an old water. Would you like water?
No, I'm good.
I would love one. Thank you.
Okay,
Please.
okay.
Bloody Mary be okay though.
Okay, I need that in control.
Mimosa?
No.
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 No mimosas today, Daddy?
Actually, I could probably take a picture with my phone and post it on Facebook getting ready to go live, right? Yep. Okay. Tell me if it's a good picture. Okay, ready. There's no flash on this one. Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. I'll do that then. We're all good. I'll put on my glasses so I make sure I don't spell anything wrong. Yeah, because I can't check it for you right now. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This happens all the time. Okay, I did it. I got it. Oh, we're good. We're good.
I hate how skinny you are because you squeeze a bottom and you start
Exactly,
to
it
twist.
just
And it's like,
pops up. That's why I have it over here, which I'm gonna probably.
then you
show
got an interview with somebody that looks like you peed yourself. And it's like, good.
Okay. Did anybody get water or coffee or anything?
I think we're all set.
We're all good.
All good.
Well, that was, were you at the event? She wasn't at the event, were you?
What you bet?
The one outside?
Starlight.
Oh, no, I wasn't there. We didn't make that one.
It was, what a great event.
Open the door, so you can either sit in there and
And Barbara said,
Because then he talks to me.
Okay.
hey, Mr. B.
Yes, sir.
No, it's okay. That's all, forget it.
Okay.
Mm. Okay.
What?
Well, anyway, about that event. So Barbara says, that's one event I really enjoy.
It was a blast.
It's because it's outside, neath the stars.
Weather was great.
Totally lucked out with the weather.
Man,
That
What a
morning I was
perfect
having
night.
heart attacks, I'll tell you.
What's that?
That morning I was having heart attacks. It was pouring up there.
Oh, yeah.
We're up there trying to get thing's set up and everything is soaked and it's raining.
You'll find out in like, maybe you already know, because females are usually ahead of the game. But it took me years to learn. When you put on an event, just if you have something at your house, you have people
Open
over.
is next. Stand
It's
by
all
the
about
studio.
them, and you don't end up. The night comes and goes. You go, did you have a good time? Not really, because your whole job is making sure everybody else was. So anyway,
Yeah.
so I have to tell you, when I first pulled up and I went in and I saw your tent, all the tables, I almost started crying. I said, because I know the work that you and whoever else with your wife, you can tell. All
No,
the
no,
work.
that's Noreen. Noreen worked on that for weeks.
Months.
People don't realize the work that goes into that.
But it
I
was worth
do.
it.
I just wanted you to know that.
Thank
That I really, I was really broke up. I said, it looks so beautiful. And the people there are so nice and friendly. Somebody mentioned something about me coming in maybe and singing songs to the people there sometime.
Oh, singing with in the
David,
choir.
we talked about this before. You were supposed to get me a copy of that song you wrote, and I'm going to
Oh.
teach it to the guys.
Well,
and
that's
then
cool.
you're
Well,
With their
that's
little
what
hand
I
motions
believe.
and
I
what?
believe in you. Okay. I believe in you. No matter what you choose to do, I'll see you fly over mountains high. I believe in you. It'd be nice to have that choir.
and they could
sing
do
along.
that.
Yeah, they
That
could do
would be
that.
awesome.
Yeah, and you might say, well, if everybody's not on key, sometimes maybe that vulnerability of the sound of not being on key. It's like Frank Sinatra. In the old records, or the Rolling Stones, or the Beatles, they sang a little off key. It made them natural. I remember Barbara Streisand saying to a producer one time, they were singing, they were up till midnight. She goes home, they come back the next morning, says, I stayed up all night working on your songs. Oh, let me hear it. He plays it. She says, what did you do? He said, I stayed up all night. I took all your breaths out. She said, put them back in. It sounded too, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect is not perfect. Although we have almost a perfect looking young lady in here today, don't we?
Yeah, we certainly do.
We don't want to give her too big
Thank
of a
you,
head.
thank you.
But she's sweet enough. I don't think you'd ever get big headed.
No.
But you went from a little girl last year when you were here. You were Miss Hibiscus last year, right?
Yes, I was.
Now she comes in here and now she looks like a woman. Woman. Daddy's listening as I shut up, Rhett. I want to stay my
He's
little
waiting
girl
right
forever.
outside there.
Oh, is he really?
No.
So how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
And your name again is?
Melanie Capola.
Melanie Capola, and you are?
Chuck Bradley.
Chuck Bradley, CEO, president of
ARC.
And of course, the lady, let's see, he is the head and she is the neck that turns the head when it comes to the ARC. Yes. Noreen! Yay!
Hi, Rhett.
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Of
You?
course, we just had a great event for the ARC. Explain where that was.
That's you.
Don't speak up at once, would you?
That was, gosh, when was that? April 20th.
Yep.
Was at Rock City Nursery. Great event. I think everybody had a great time.
Absolutely.
Raised lots of money for the ARC. So
Hey, did I do you good?
you did, on that paddle ask.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing the stage was flat because I'd have fallen off of it. We made $40,000 at it.
Oh, really?
I mean, this community just stepped up to the plate.
Well, they were doing it. You're rolling along doing it, and then all of a sudden it started to go flatline. And I don't know why, just instinctively I got up there, and so people said, "You saved the night, Rhett. You saved the night." And little did I know this modest, humble little old couple was sitting at the table with us. They were so sweet and so nice. And finally, they never said anything. So about midway in the night, I said, "Hey, how are you guys?" I went over and purposely sat next to them and talked to them. We all became friendly and got along. And then, I took a picture of them with us, and then they went home. And then we looked at the thing, found it. Those were the big shots of the night. They're the ones that put up what do you call it? The
Sponsorship?
Yeah, the older couple there. They were they have a title. You gave them a title because it was in the brochures.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which group that was. We had so many.
They own houses and all around the world. I can see her.
Warren and Ginny Schwerin.
Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah. and
Very, very kind people. They're great to this community.
very well to do, but
Yeah.
totally modest, no uppity. You know, one thing
Totally
about that,
down to earth.
there were no snoots at that event. Now maybe it's because everybody's humble because we're working with challenged adults, but no, everybody was so sweet and so nice. Of course, I harassed some of my very wealthy friends that were there to giving up money. You can do it again. You gave 1,000, I want another 1,000. You just shame them into doing it. All right, I'll give another one.
It
So
works.
especially Kieran.
Yes.
Yes, we like Kieran. He's a sweetheart. So now, why? How did they coerce you to come in today, Miss
Well,
Hibiscus?
Actually, I met them last year when I was on air with you, and then I
Oh.
just fell in love. Well, I knew Chuck because his wife helped a lot with my foundation, and
And your
I just-
foundation is
the Live Like Cole Foundation.
because you're the sister of Cole.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so I was in here, I met them, and Noreen was like, "How about you come in and sing with the choir and just spend a day with us?" And I was like, "Of course." It was the most amazing experience I have ever had in my entire life. It was so cute.
It was
We
a
all-
great day.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was able to sing with all of them. Like, their choir is amazing, absolutely amazing. Honestly, it brought tears to my eyes. It's such a wonderful organization, and I got to make oyster mats.
Yes, you did.
Oh my goodness, those boys are characters. Let me tell you.
I got to share a story with you. So Melanie's mom, Elaine, says, "Melanie, what are you doing tonight?" We have one of our guys sitting there, and he goes, "I hope you're cooking my dinner."
It was amazing. It was hysterical.
Every girl there wanted to be her, and every guy there wanted to marry her. It was amazing.
Well, of course. Now you have to be careful though when you're as pretty as you are, because now, I don't know how women are. Women are usually they all go around their pretty girlfriends. But I wonder because I'm not a female, so obviously. So anyway, but I would think that there would be some jealousy in the camp. Like you are genuinely sweet and nice. I'll say that. Yeah, and I would I'd sign an affidavit as such. And I guess it's a little bit of my the uncle instincts or whatever, like your father would. I'm a little worried. I wonder, just like when I started in this business, my mom said, you're gonna have to, 25 years ago, she said, you're gonna have thick skin because there's gonna be some people just not gonna like you. And if you're successful, there are people that won't like you just because you're successful. And then some people just won't like you anyway. I know it's online. I don't know, you're kind of young for this. You know the James Taylor song, Fire and Rain?
Yeah.
Somebody actually posted on his Instagram, what a stupid song. And I went right to bat for him. I said, first of all, it's not a stupid song. It's a very tender song about a girl who committed suicide, and when he was in a mental health clinic when he was only like 18. But anyway, some people are just going to be nasty. So I hope you know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just let it wash off you like duck.
In defense
There's
of
something-
women, though,
Yeah.
somebody that's as honestly, naturally nice as Melanie
Yeah,
isn't going to get the flack because a
I
lot
would
of the
sure
women that
hope
are
so.
really attractive know it and strut it and are snobs. We
Yeah.
don't have that
Yeah,
with
don't
her.
you become snobby. Or we're gonna have you. I'm gonna call your dad and say, "Put her over your knee, snap her back to humility. Get her there, cleaning up the bedpans over at the hospital."
Oh, so funny.
Women actually have a saying for people like Melanie. I really don't want to like her because she's so gorgeous, but she's so nice I have to.
Oh, is that the way women
Yeah.
talk?
So
Okay.
sweet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So you, I didn't realize this is kind of cool. She met you guys,
Yeah.
on my show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of that?
Brought
Do
us
I make 10% off the proceeds? There are no
Sure.
proceeds, right? Yes, and
You can have all
for
of
every
it.
hour for every 10 hours she volunteers, I have to volunteer an hour, right?
Mhm.
So what are you doing with art?
Right now, I'm here to help promote the Ocean Girl Night. That is next Tuesday the 9th. I'm so
Oh.
excited.
You're the one
I
I
was
was
able
already
to-
promoting. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're all good. All good.
So
My
next
bad.
Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday the 9th. It's from 5 to 9?
10.
5 to
5
10.
to 10.
5 to 10. I'm so excited. I was able to attend last year and it was absolutely amazing.
Are you gonna like go around from table to table and say things?
Of course.
Yeah,
I think she should.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
as
be
in this
there.
hibiscus, Put
Yeah.
that thing on your head. What do you call that thing? What's it called that women wear?
Tiara.
Tiara, yeah. Put a tiara on your head. Walk around. Who's that, John? That's Miss Hibiscus. But it gives a little credibility to the event, you know. Well, she's looking over her shoulder at me. You better order another steak from Charlie here at the Ocean Grill. But no, but what's really cool is Charlie Raplogal. He was at a wedding I was at yesterday. You know, Beth Erickson got married yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been the manager and maitre d' over there for 35 years, and she married Donald Stewart yesterday, and we wish them both the best. But anyway, Charlie was there, and so Charlie owns the Ocean Grill, and they give and all the profits for that night go to the Ark.
That's amazing.
And this is their 35th year of doing that.
35th year?
35th
Yes.
year.
Wow.
We live in one amazing community. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we
Awesome.
really do. Yeah. And of course, the Ocean Grill is I guess it's the quintessential Florida restaurant. I mean, look, I don't know about you guys. I travel around the world. I'm from Vero Beach. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's that restaurant there. Something, the ocean. I said, the Ocean. Yeah, the Ocean Grill. That's it. Yeah, we were there. Of course, you know, that's where I met Pat Sajak. That's where I met, what's his name, from America's Most Wanted the first time. Oh, what's his name?
John.
John. What's his name? And Gloria Estefan. I met her for the first time there. You know?
Yeah.
So everybody
That's so
goes
cool.
to the Ocean Grill. Yeah.
Mhm.
Pat Sajak. That was my big one. You know, for me anyway. I just think it's cool. You know. So anyway, how are we?
We're awesome. How
Y'all
are
looking
you?
at me like frogs in a rainstorm. So you're here to promote that. We should have you do like a little ad. We'll run it.
A little ad. I'd be
Yeah, we could have you do like a little audio ad. You
Of
know?
course.
Hi, this is Miss Hibiscus, and I'm personally inviting you for a wonderful night where you'll get to have fabulous food, dine at the world famous Ocean Grill, and every penny of all the profit this one night goes to help ARC for adults that are challenged. Is that the proper thing to say?
Absolutely.
I know. Don't use the word retard.
Right?
No.
Don't be mad at me. You know, that's like using the word midget. I've been told not to use the word midget. Midget. You gotta call us little people. And so I go now 10 years from now saying, we don't want to be called little people, we want to be called midgets. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, but for now, it's what? What do we say?
Special needs.
Special needs.
Oh, special needs. Yes, I have special needs.
Yeah.
We know.
Is that why y'all like me so
That is
much?
why we accept you.
Here comes
unconditionally.
Uncle Rhett. Okay, here you go. Well, I got special needs. You got special needs too. I'm like me, and you're like you, and I'm like you too, and you're like me. You see, we got special needs. All right. It's okay.
Wow.
It's the coffee. It's the coffee. So I was the sneaker judge, and I had to go up and smell people's sneakers. No, I didn't. I was
That's just an added benefit.
Actually, when I was a kid in college, I used to work at Tom McCann's,
Did
and
you?
I like selling shoes to women. You know.
You're a freak.
I can remember this. I was a kid. How old are you now?
I'm 19.
19.
Mhm.
So I was about your age. And I'd get in my car and I'd be late for getting to the plaza up there in Albany, New York to sell Tom McCann shoes. And, you know, my stepfather would say, now, slow down. No job is worth your life. And, of course, you know, you don't listen to parents from that age. So 87 miles per hour on Route 87, heading towards the mall in Albany. Thank God I didn't have an accident. And, you know, later on in life, if anybody young was listening, slow down. No. Can you imagine how I died way back then for Tom McCann shoes? $2.65 an hour.
Wow, that was
Oh,
big
wow.
money back
That was, man. I'll tell you what. So, don't you drive fast.
I don't.
You don't. Good. You know, there are a lot of women out there today that do.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Yes. I'm a very cautious driver. I'm the kind of person that gets annoyed when people don't use their blinkers
Yeah.
or don't follow traffic rules. But That's.
Or when you let them out, say thank you.
Mhm.
Today, what happened in today's world? It used to be you let somebody out gracious. I'm still letting people out whether they say thank you or not because you kind of got used to it. But it used to be, they blink the lights and wave. How you doing? You coming over for coffee next week? Thanks for letting me out. Now it's like, Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what it is with particularly females. I hate to say it, but let's. This is honest radio here.
I
ladies and
believe it.
gentlemen. I went up to Atlanta where everybody's polite, and now it's like all these women, and they're in Lexus SUVs. It's like, man, who's that on my butt? What guy is that? That aggressive man with testosterone poisoning? That's not a guy. That's a young blonde lady. Anyway, okay, so let's get back to whatever you want to get back to.
Well, we will be doing something special July 1st. We're going to be having a cookout at our West Campus.
Oh,
and
really?
It's going to be open to the public.
Yeah.
It'll be like hot dogs, hamburgers, probably a DJ.
How many hot dogs? How many hot dogs will you buy for that?
Oh, probably 300.
300?
300.
Wow,
Plus hamburgers.
That's a lot of hot dogs. Yeah.
So mark it on your calendar, right?
I was hopeful that you might consider purchasing pork and beef hot dogs. I've made a study of this, and all beef hot dogs are greasy and chunky. They've got everybody padoodled thinking that all beef is better. I promise you that pork and beef combination makes the best hot dog. Very tender. So.
We're not doing chicken.
Well, I can tell you, Burns, we're not doing chicken. Well, I was worried about that, Chuck.
You're safe now.
I can tell you, we're not doing chicken. You got to watch out for the chickens. You go out to Cracker Barrel. I remember a couple of years ago when Barbara's mom was still alive, we go out there and get the chicken. Have a Sunday chicken thing. This thing looks like the size of a small dog. And go, what the heck is that? That's they put those shots in those things to make them grow. Hormones. Yeah, I ain't touching no big chickens like that. No thanks,
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorns. You talking about that guy from the cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon. Remember him? Big chicken?
I ain't tucking in there. Chickens there. No more. They got muscles on them. Okay, so next week, special event. Tuesday
the
night.
9th.
Mark your calendars.
Mhm.
Come to the Ocean Grill. Get
Yes.
there early though, because the line's going to be huge. All profits go to help the Ark.
And reservations with 5 or more?
5 or
5 or more.
See, my hearing's gone. I thought it said fiber more.
5 or more.
Is that a corporation?
No, that's what you have
Make a reservation over there. Fiber more. No,
No.
5
That's
or
the stuff
more.
you drink in the morning, so you're regular throughout
5
the day.
or more.
5 or more.
I need some of that fiber more. Actually, you know something? That's not a bad idea for a product. 5 or more. Let's secure that today. Fibermore.com.
With no chicken.
Well, how did Chuck and Rhett end up making $100 million to give to the Ark? Well, they were on there talking about fiber. One's came up with 5 or more. Next thing you know, they packaged it dashingly. Now I got 5 or more proceeds going to the Ark.
No chicken added.
Every time you get extra time just sitting there, you can 5 or more. You can remember that. I need to write that check for the Ark. What is the Ark? For people tuning on, what the heck is the Ark, Mabel? I still don't know.
Well, the Ark doesn't stand for anything. Okay, it's just Ark. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't get my 5 or more.
Yeah, my brain, the snaps ain't going through the electricity thing
Yeah,
there.
just short circuited. But we serve adults with special needs in Indian River County.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, we're at 200 plus.
No, that
Yeah.
live there or visit daily?
We have 20 that live in our group home, soon to be 26.
Wonderful.
But other folks either live with mom and dad or somebody else.
Because people don't realize, too, that, okay, let's say you have a special needs child, and then you get old and you die. What happens to that special needs person? Because the child grows up to be a special needs person. And what's really cool is I think the greatest thing you guys do is you give dignity.
Mhm.
Because people work for a living. Now, they get paid less because they can't maybe do the numbers that some other folks can do. But imagine the dignity. How about the dignity on that stage the other night where they were singing?
Oh, that was cool.
Were they incredible or
But
what?
at first, now I know you're used to this every day. Yeah. But some of us were crying. You know, we saw that at first. But also, when I was up near that stage, I noticed that there was this odd paper box that was in the middle of the stage, and then there were these hands flailing from inside that box, and the crowd could not see it. But I'm over there going, "What the heck, Vern? Who was that over there?" And it's you sitting in the lotus position, looking with your wild sneakers, looking like a yami there, or a yoga yami or something, and you're like flailing your arms at these people. You were directing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Flailing your arm. Good day, sunshine.
Good day, sunshine. Now next year, are they going to sing my song, "I Believe in You"?
If you get that to me, I will have them do it on the July 1st party
Hey,
that we're having.
all right, and let's make a video of it, and
Okay.
maybe it'll go viral. And then I
Absolutely.
could be compensated for my copyright ownership, and then I could make a sizable donation to the art.
You always got an angle.
Well, with the millennials, you have to have an angle. She's a millennial. If you have a percentage going to help somebody else, the millennials will buy your product. Like if you're going to buy a pair of sneakers and somebody else is going to get a free pair of sneakers, they're into that, these millennials, you know, right?
Is that true?
Yes.
It's all about giving back.
Yeah, they live their lives to give back. So it's nice to see you. Say hi to your dad and mom. Well, your mom's here right now. But
Yeah,
say hi to your
mommy's
dad.
outside. Hey, daddy, how's it
Oh, is
going?
he?
No, mommy is.
Oh, okay. The second time I was fooled into thinking
She's
father
out there
was
waiting for me. She's scared.
Okay. Hello, mommy. How are you? Are we going to see you Tuesday night? Tuesday night at the
Tuesday
Ocean
night.
Grill from 5 o'clock or 5:30?
5.
5 o'clock. Make your reservations for 5 or more, or 5 or more.
5 or more.
You do realize there are people out there that talk radio tends to attract those that are successful and intelligent. Somebody's out there saying, "Hey, Vern, come on, let's get that .com right now there before they get off the air and they get themselves."
I think the attractive and intelligent part's right here. I mean, we showed up, right?
That's it. That's right. Anything else you wanted to say before we say goodbye today?
Come out Tuesday night. The Ark is an amazing organization, and I was blessed to be able to come and hang out, and I can't wait to do some more with them this summer.
Make sure you visit our table with the tiara. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. As
All right.
always, it's an adventure working with you, Rhett.
Oh, and Chuck, thank you.
Thank you.
And we always appreciate seeing you.
And we'll copyright this right after we
That's
go.
right. That's it. You and I, we're on the way to the
5 or more drinks, 5 or more bars. I mean, we got this thing
5
now.
or more. That's right. We got it going, man. Probably there's already a product, but we'll
Probably.
Google that as soon as we hang up. Thank you, folks, for listening. Today's broadcast brought to you by Dr. Mallon, Dr. Snell, Dr. Katz, Dr. Kadada, and Dr. Brianna again. Whew. Center for Advanced Eye Care. But seriously, 5 eye doctors that genuinely care about your eye care. If you remember my family, I can tell you what I would insist upon. I will not go into details, but when it talks about integrity, yes, Center for Advanced Eye Care. And that you only get one set of eyes, so trust me on this. Dr. Mallon, Dr. Snell, Dr. Katz, Dr. Kadada, Dr. Brannigan, Center for Advanced Eye Care. We'll be back on the other side of the news. It's not over yet. There you go.
Sweet.
Good.
All right. Okay, now 5 or more. Let's see if there's
5 or
a
more.
5 or
There's
more.
gotta
Let's look
be
it up.
5 or more.
I'll
Come
bet
on.
there is.
There's gotta be. Well, fixed and call. That's good. Brenda Silva would like to talk to Kate Dempsey about playing the ukulele. Okay. All right, let's go here now. Okay, we'll go
What are you
to.
doing from 10:30 to 11?
I don't know why. You want to go on a date together or something?
Well, I gotta know. It's supposed to be live. You want to have these people stay to 11?
No, they got to go back to work. I got something else planned.
Okay.
Okay, so now 5 or more. Hold on. 5 or more. Okay. Is 5 or more filling than protein? 5 or more constipation? No, there's no 5 or more. Let's say search. 5 or more. High fiber, high health. Mayo Clinic. There's not 5 or more.
Go
Fiber
for it.
and more.
There you go.
So,
You guys got this.
No, we got to get it real quick. Did you know how to secure it?
do I know how to do it? No.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Tim Dunkley. He's my multimillionaire friend that made all that money on AOL. I'll tell him. Okay, Dunkley, what's his name? Tim Dunkley, fiber more. Hold on. FIBERMORE.com. We'll see. The thing is, people were listening, and they may have grabbed it. There's a lawyer in town here. He's grabbed something like when I first went on here, something he grabbed the 800 number, like 1-800-WAXY, and paid for it. And he tried to hold it up from I don't want it. But he does that with a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, they do that with .coms and .orgs. And try to sell it to you.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
You really
It's
love
fun.
that fiber more.
Yeah. Oh, your new stuff came in? Where can I grab a couple? I saw them unloading.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Oh. They did it. The girls, you saw them all over. No?
Yeah.
You did great.
Thank you. We made it.
Do you want any of this?
Huh?
Sure.
Thank you for having me.
That was fun.
I'm happy that
Me
I
too.
didn't say that.
I have them in my house.
You still will. You will always be Miss Harris.
That's why I thought you were taking them out of the car.
No, they're gone. They must be going to get them.
Oh, okay.
We're over till we get them delivered to White Glove, moving in storage. So.
All right. See ya Tuesday, if
Yeah.
not beforehand.
My darling.
Nice to
All right,
meet you.
so let me know when you think you can come over and
I
I'll
will.
schedule it. Thanks, babe.
Right.
Well, she starts work next week, but other than that, she's
Do
got.
ya?
Yeah.
That's right.
She
Well,
starts work
You're gonna
next
do
week.
awesome.
Thank you.
We're
Record it now?
We're excited about that.
You got regular
We'll
shift,
record it
like,
and send it, have an
8
MP3
to
sent
4:30, I think.
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah, I'm
8 a.m.
excited.
Yeah. Hyper.
Woohoo.
She's gonna be my aviation girl.
All right. Bye. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
All right, we'll see you.
Say hi to your dad, okay?
I will.
Goodbye. Say hi to your husband.
I was gonna say hi
to your dad.
See you next time.
Thank you. Hope you all had fun.
After a surgery, injury, or hospital stay, your doctor may recommend home healthcare services to help you recover in the comfort and safety of your home. The Visiting Nurse Association's highly skilled nurses, therapists, and aides have been trusted to care for this community for over 40 years. The VNA is committed to providing patient-focused care so you can return to doing the things that are most important to you. When your doctor recommends home healthcare, you have a choice. Choose the VNA. Learn more at VNATC.com/choosevna. Every time I get my car washed, I save $22 out at Suns and Shine.
Nice pictures. A nice picture of a group of us. Very nice. Okay, so what are we doing?
I'll let you know. Let me get on there and do something there. I want to get that last minute guy that I had the other day.
Hello, you've reached Ron McCormick of Golden McCormick Media Relations. The fastest way to reach me is by sending a text. If you don't hear from me in the next few minutes, please call my partner Mark at 516-639-0988. Have an unbelievable day. Thanks for calling.
Hey, this is Rhett. I need a guest in 2 minutes. 772-778-3500. 772-778-3500. It's Monday morning.
Hi, this is Lexi with FitFixins. I had someone that works at the studio call me twice, actually, I think last week, and they said to
I believe in you, no matter what you choose to do. I'll see you fly over mountains high. I believe in you. Though the road seems long, it's the turns that make us strong. To survive, remember I believe in you. I believe in you. God gives dreams to come true. But I also believe you must believe too. There's a bright distant star, I see it shining for you. Remember wherever you are, I believe in you. This world can be cold. Buy you, sell you, put your dreams on hold. Just be bold and try. I believe in you. Everybody needs someone somewhere who will believe. Fuel to fly, fuel to try. I believe in you. I believe in you. God gives dreams to come true. But I also believe you must believe too. There's a bright distant star, oh, it's shining for you. Remember wherever you are, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. All right, this is the mayor of the airwaves. That's my song, I Believe in You. I hope it encouraged somebody out there today. We all need someone to believe in us. It's the fuel of achievement. And words make all the difference. You know, the power of words. You know, they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I never heard such a lie in all my life. Because broken bones can heal. But words live on just forever and ever, it seems. They just sometimes never go away. The power of words. And so we got to be careful who we listen to and we have to be careful what we say, because words can make a big difference in our lives. How you doing today? I hope somebody is saying something good about you to you, and encouraging you and believing in you. Little poem I wrote called The Power of Words. Words etch scars across a man's heart. You can't retrieve them. Once from lips they depart. Just like seeds, words they grow like a neon sign. They seem to glow and glow, like the headline news, reread and reread, once in the eye or ear. Those words live in your head. Please be cautious as to what you say. Words that we've heard have power to stay. Words can curse. A spirit they can slay. Long time after the talker has walked far away. So be careful with your words, you know. You need to encourage each other. Okay, so you heard Mr. B that we got this memo from the boss. Mr. B, please stop singing along with the songs on the radio. You're killing the plants in the lobby. Yeah. The bad news is they're plastic plants. So, yeah, stop that singing. Cleveland, Ohio, police are trying to identify a woman who pulled a gun on a barber because he was taking too long to cut her 7-year-old son's hair. Witnesses say the woman complained several times before pulling a handgun out from her purse and pointing it to the barber. I told you women are in all fired rush lately. The woman put the gun back after another employee came over to calm her down. The barber was able to finish the haircut, and the woman left with her 2 children afterward. What is it with this thing, you know? Before Benjamin Collins, my stepfather, died, he said, "Don't let the world put a ring through your nose." And at first I thought, what? Don't let the world put a ring through my nose. What does that mean? Well, you know, if you take an oxen, you put a ring through its nose, and you put a rope through the ring, and then you can drag it, and it'll follow you. Ever have somebody grab you by the nose? I remember Mr. Vernon grabbed me by the ear in school, pulled me down the hallway. That can be rather dangerous, though. They said it was somebody who pulled Edison's ear that made him deaf later on in life. Let me talk the power of words. Edison was in school. This is a true story. Edison was in school, and the teacher sent home a note with Thomas Edison and gave it to his mother, as he was ordered to. And he said, "What does it say? What does it say?" And she said, you know, he couldn't read at the time, and said, "Well, it says that, you know, you're a very gifted student, and they really can't teach you at this school." So she homeschooled Thomas Edison. Now, this is the guy who, when they asked, about failing over 1,000 times trying to find the light bulb that worked, the incandescent light bulb, he said, "No, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that didn't work." Anyway, so a brilliant man, changed all our lives, phonograph, et cetera, et cetera. It's pretty amazing. But anyway, so his mom trained him at home, and later on in life, he was the famous Thomas Edison. His mother had died. He found that note, and that note said, "We're sorry, your son is inept. He needs to have private schooling because we don't think he's smart enough to stay in school. You'll have to work on that yourself. Do not send him back to the school." Yet his mother told him that the note said that he was far too intelligent to be. So he said, "My mother's belief in me took an idiot and made him a genius." That's the power of words and the power of belief. So, and also just a little encouragement. Did you know that Einstein did not begin speaking till he was 6? They thought he was deficient too and had a low IQ. That's right. So if you're a little different, you know what Thoreau said? He said, if a man does not keep pace, I'm trying to remember this now, if a man does not keep pace with his peers, Perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. This is the Mayor of the Airwaves. Another beautiful day in paradise. Today's broadcast is brought to you by CJ Cannons, the restaurant with a beautiful panoramic view of Vero's Municipal Airport Strip. For dinner tonight, you might consider the prime rib there. It's always good. In fact, I took some people there this past Friday night, and they loved it. The prime rib is always delicious there at CJ Cannons. Also, today's broadcast brought to you by Dr. Mallon, Dr. Snell, Dr. Katz, Dr. Gadadaday, and Dr. Brannigan Center for Advanced Eye Care. We'll be right back.
Okay, your cue there will be to news when it comes up. 3 minutes to news.
Call Gary Wheeler.
Which phone numbers are calling Gary Wheeler? Other phone.
I want you to find the interviews with Rich Steinfeld too and play them this week, okay? Dr. Rich Steinfeld.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow morning.
Please leave a message and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you. At the tone, please record.
You're still doing your prayer thing tomorrow, right?
Yep. God willing.
Last spot. Rejoin is next.
Hey, this is Kim. I can't get to the phone right now.
Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Having a child makes you a parent. With two, you become a referee. Let's see. Women who put man in doghouse soon find him in cat house. The fellow who never makes a mistake takes his orders from one who does. Do you know Bob Dole actually said the internet is a great way to get on the net? How are you doing, folks? Another beautiful day in paradise. This is the Mayor of the Airwaves. So, Charlotte, North Carolina, pregnant and past your due date? Try eating at Hawthorne's New York Pizza and Bar in Charlotte, North Carolina. By the way, lately in North Carolina, man, I tell you, Charlotte, the traffic. Last time I passed through there, it's thick. Thick there. I guess it's that way everywhere. There's just been, we're growing exponentially. But anyway, at the New York Pizza and Bar in Charlotte, North Carolina, according to locals, the restaurant's signature buffalo wing pizza has the power to induce labor. Made with buffalo sauce, chicken, and mozzarella cheese, the buffalo wing pizza is now known as the Inducer. It's gained a reputation for sending soon-to-be moms straight to the delivery room. 3 women told a local TV news show they each gave birth within hours of eating Hawthorne's buffalo wing pizza, and one within minutes of finishing her first slice. So perhaps you don't want to go there. Gwen Stefani has canceled her Las Vegas show after she ruptured an eardrum. Lamar Odom's Florida pad is on the market for $5.2 million. Angelina Jolie is planning to throw a huge divorce party. James Earl Jones, Darth Vader, will get a Lifetime Achievement honor at the 2017 Tony Awards. Mike Myers, get your bell ready, Mr. B. Mike Myers will host a revival of The Gong Show on ABC. Yes, Mike Myers. Remember him? And he's a Canadian. Fate of the Furious, still #1 at the box office. That's 3 weekends in a row. So I went to see it. I think I went, I don't know, was it Friday or Saturday night at 10 p.m. And it's totally incredible. But I enjoyed myself. I go to the Majestic Theater. That's my favorite theater in Vero Beach. I like the way the people treat you there. I like the way they're dressed behind the counter. And the popcorn is the best in town. And it's a lot cleaner than the alternative. That's right. So anyway, I went to see The Fate of the Furious. Why this is #1? It must be appealing to little kids or something. Director Ridley Scott believes aliens exist, and they're coming for us. Now, he must be working on an alien movie or something, because that's supposed to stir it up, you know. I don't know. So, on TV, an expert predicted airline pilots will be replaced by robots. I predict one day airlines will have robots that are programmed to beat up passengers and drag them off planes. Ha ha. United Airlines settled with the guy they dragged off the plane. He's going to get millions and a lifetime supply of Big Bunny stew, plus once a month he gets to beat up the United employee of his choice. Amazon has a new device that helps people choose what clothes to wear. For $5 extra, you can get the special "Do These Pants Make My Butt Look Big" app. Wikipedia has declared war on fake news. I don't have time to discuss this right now because according to the article about me on Wikipedia, I not only do this radio show, I'm also head of the United Nations and I run a busy septic tank cleaning business. All right. So how are you doing, Mr. B? What's new in the life of Mr. B? I noticed yesterday when they came in on my boat, you were texting me that you were over there at Cajun Cove. Out on the back porch there at Cajun Cove. You go there with frequency, I've noticed. What is it that you like at Cajun Cove? So you like crawfish? Really? Do you eat the shell too, or no? Yeah. You do know that there are people that eat the actual shell. There are people that actually eat the shell of the shrimp. Yeah, they think it's shrimply delicious. You eat peanut shells? You do? No. Do you really do that? Do you really? Come on. That can't be taste too good. All that you know, it's the outside of the peanut is not, it doesn't have much taste to it, you know. You know? Hmm. Yeah, really, a peanut shell. Mm. Yeah, the duck derby up there in Sebastian at Captain Hiram's, and we had some winners. Some people won $1,000, $500, $250 sorted prizes, and the money goes to help Treasure Coast Community Health. And Treasure Coast Community Health, of course, is the organization that never turns anyone down due to economic reasons. Treasure Coast Community Health. So it's good to support. They have 6 locations. 2 in Fellsmere, 1 in Sebastian. They have the one near the across from the St. Helens here. That's primarily dental. Yeah. Then they have one over on Oslo. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 I mentioned. Where's the 6th one? Maybe there's 2 in Sebastian. I know there's 2 in Fellsmere. But anyway, Treasure Coast Community Health. And hey, you forgot to put the timer on. Oh, it's the timer starts at 57? I thought we had to break at 57. No? Oh, I thought we had the break, the advertisements. Yeah, it's supposed to have it every half hour. Oh, we did them already. Oh, okay. Well, we could have done them again. So, what am I looking at here? Oh, Trump. Coverage for pre-existing conditions. That's very important to me. I'm going to be speaking with Congressman Posey later this week about that. Because, for instance, Barbara had cancer, and this whole thing, this Obama coverage, we went up from, I think we were paying $1,300 a month. You know what we pay a month now? $2,300 a month for health insurance. And if they don't take care of this pre-existing thing, it would go up to like $3,000, and then cut back down to about $2,500, $2,400, $2,500. Can't afford it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's over $30,000 a year for health insurance because she had cancer a couple of years ago. And there's a lot of people out there in the same situation, you know. So Trump promises coverage for pre-existing conditions. It's on the front page of today's Press Journal. President blames minority Democrats for inaction on health care reforms. President Donald Trump shifted the blame for inaction on key issues, including health care, to Democrats in a lengthy and wide-ranging CBS interview that aired Sunday. Trump told Face the Nation anchor John Dickerson that the job of president is something that I really love, and I think I've done a very good job at it. Donald, the Bible says, let praise not come forth from thine own lips, let another praise thee. You know, I voted for you, but you got to calm down. You got a haircut, too. You could look a little better there. Not so frazzled. Trump maintained there is yet another version of the American Health Care Act. House Republicans plan to replace the Affordable Care Act and blamed obstruction by Democrats for Congress's failure to pass legislation before his 100th day in Congress, although Republicans control both chambers of the Congress. You can't really blame the Democrats there. But he said the latest version of the Republican health care bill will include coverage for people with pre-existing conditions, as well as lower premiums and deductibles. Let's get it done, Donald. Let's get her done. All right, this is the Mayor of the Airways. Today's broadcast is brought to you by C.J. Cannon's, a restaurant with a beautiful panoramic view of Vero's Municipal Airport Strip for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. C.J. Cannon. Eggs Benedict is the best I've ever had. They're prime. Hello. Well, somebody just turned down my volume. The prime rib.
Today's show sponsored by Dr. Alex Blaines with custom family dentistry and dental implants. Nobody looks forward to going to the dentist, but Dr. Blaines offers conscious sedation to help with dental phobia. Dr. Plain and his staff likes to help people with a friendly atmosphere and a stress-free visit. His office is located just south of the Village Beach Market, 4755 North A1A, or his website, plainsdentalarts.com, or just give him a call, 231-6004. That's 231-6004. So to help with your next dental need, from a basic cleaning to dental implants, call Dr. Plain and his friendly staff, offering conscious sedation to overcome dental phobia. That's Dr. Alex Plains, 231-6004.
Hi, this is Kimmy from Joey's Seafood Shack and Fresh Fish Market. Do you love king crab legs? How about delicious stone crabs? We make the most delicious homemade soups. Get it to go or dine at one of our tables. We have beautiful boutique wines, craft beers. We treat you like you're our family at Joey's Seafood Shack Market, US 1, kitty corner to Boston Market.
And now, the most trusted name in radio, Rhett, the mayor of the airwaves. history of Fellsmere. They're already nationally famous, if not internationally famous, believe it or not, the Frog Festival happens annually. And you can read some very interesting articles in Vera's Voice magazine, the upscale magazine, the magazine that people say it's the magazine, the only one I actually read cover to cover. And Rich Botapka is the Fellsmere historian. Good morning, Rich. How are you? Just fine, Rhett. And glad to be here today. I'd like to introduce J.D. Vance, who's the grandson of Marion Fell. And he is over here at Bristol Inlet for the first time in Florida. And he's staying with us for a week. It's wonderful. Now, Marion Fell, if people don't know, it's really quite a neat story. She was an interpreter. What did she do? She built the very first library in Fellsmere, right? Yes. Good morning. How are you? I'm really excited to be in Florida. Since my dad was born in RKC, I think it's very realistic to be 65 years old and not doing anything before. So your very first visit, why did you wait so long? Was there curiosity? I've been very curious, but I've been raising kids and working very hard. And life has just never allowed me to do this before. So this is a great opportunity.
Oh, there you are. Didn't see you there. How you doing? Mr. B. Hello, Mr. B.
Hello?
Yeah, I have somebody coming in at noon to do an ad, okay?
Okay.
Call John Oliver.
Which phone number for John Oliver? Calling John Oliver. Home.
Hey, Rhett.
How you doing, Mr. John Oliver?
Doing okay, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm getting hung.
How are we supposed to meet at 12 or 12:30?
Well, I'm getting kind of hungry. What is your schedule looking like right now?
Oh, I thought we were going to meet at your office. I just ate with my secretary, so I thought we were going to meet at your office.
Well, good. No, I'll meet you here at 12:30. Make it 12:15, 12:30. I'm gonna go home. I'll get something to eat. I'll meet you back here at 12:15, 12:30.
Okay, sounds good.
And we'll do an ad. Just keep thinking about what you want to say,
Okay, I've been trying on that. Yeah, I'm working on that. I just want to say something different, something positive or something, towards the company.
Hold the line just for a second. Mr. B,
Yes, Rhett.
Melanie's going to come over, the young lady who was in here today, Miss Hibiscus. She's going to record an ad at noon. And then I have John Oliver from Oliver's Plumbing. He wants to do a new ad in here at around 12:15, 12:30. What time are you leaving today? Can you stay till 1?
I have a doctor's appointment up at TCCH Dental
At what time?
at 2, but I got an errand to run first.
Oh, good. Well, all I did was ask you if you can stay till 1. That's all.
That's going to be tight, but I'll try.
Okay, John. So I'll see, yeah.
I could do it tomorrow even.
No, no, no. I want to get it done today because I'm going to be. Remember, I'm going up to Washington on Wednesday, and the day before you're flying, you never know what's going on. So I'll see you here about what. I'll see you here at 1 hour from right about now.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right. Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Is Ron capable? How you doing? Going good, George? Is Ron capable of recording ads? Yeah, he's an important client. I want to accommodate him.